to me the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. Sometimes I feel like all is lost, but I know it's not true. I wanna put up all my walls cause I'm not in the mood, but then I cut myself off from the rest of the room. I know that time can heal it all if you're patient and soon. It can all be worth it, all the searching. Pain is never really permanent, but damn it hurts, man. I could feel all of the turbulence and it's concerning. I've been searching for a purpose, I hope it's worth it. This society is really trying me. Ain't no hide and seek, I hide to be far from anxiety. I need my space, I need my privacy. I need some silence, please, you're all too loud. You don't speak quietly, opinions violently thrown across every surface. It makes me nervous, is the world honestly burning? That's all I'm learning.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Uh-oh, I got sound already. Hold on a second. All right. Is that better? Is that better? Is that better? All right. Let's see what we can do here. 1 second. All right. Can you guys hear me? Is that okay? Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Give me a 1 if it's good. Give me a 2 if it's bad. 1 if it's good, 2 if it's bad. There we go. Can y'all hear me? We good? We good? Give me a hand. Give me a thumb. Give me number 1 if the sound is good. We ain't gonna struggle stream today. I got a lot to go over with you guys today. All right, we good. Hey, all right. So let's get to the sanctuary. Let's see who's in this sanctuary today. Jenny, thank you for being here as well. The world's best moderator. Here we got Stephen there in the building. Salute to you. BCDC 123. Yes. What's going on, my brother? What's going on? Then we got Mandrell, my brother from another mother, is in the building as well. Thank you guys for being here. And you guys, please go ahead and hit that like button for me. And we're gonna go ahead and hop into what I have to talk to you guys about on today. This is near and dear to me because we have so many people of our statue, so many people that have come up missing, so many people that have been deleted, so many people in our community. And so before I start the show, I want to send my prayers and my thoughts to our Nigerian brothers and sisters, or African brothers and sisters. We may not always agree, but I do not condone their lives being treated as nothing. At the end of the day, they still have that complexion that we all share, and so for that reason, I want to make sure they know that our prayers are with them and their safety for them and their children. If you hadn't had an opportunity to check out anything that's going on right now in the Ukraine, please go to YouTube, go to Black Media, go to Roland Martin, go to different people that are sharing the truth, like myself, that will show you the videos and show you the footage that they're not showing on ABC, CNN, MSNBC. They're not showing that, and so there are videos of women who are being pulled off of trains, being thrown off of trains. Women are screaming to the top of their lungs because they've snuck on the train but got caught. Their babies and themselves are being thrown from trains, and they show platforms and platforms of Black people who have been abandoned. They have been abandoned severely and left for dead. So we send our prayers out to them for them to be covered in prayer as well, to everyone out in the Ukraine. Again, thank you guys for being here. Hit that like button as you come in the door. Let's go ahead and get to work. Let's go ahead and get to work. So, guys, I want to, because I'm gonna have a call in. This is gonna be a call in today. I got time. I got time today, and so we're gonna do a call in later. But first, I wanted to talk about Walter Hutchins. And anybody that knows, that watches the news or keeps up with the news, if not, that's fine. Your boy got you. Walter Hutchins is a young man who was deleted by white bounty hunters. He was deleted by white bounty hunters, and Rashad Ritchie, which who, like I said again, I look up to in this media game. He's also Black media. Jenny, while I'm doing this, could you go ahead and give me the disclaimer for the video I'm about to play? I'm about to do a video for informational purposes only. So if you can get me that, that would be greatly appreciated, Jenny. Thank you so much. But anyway, so again, we have Mr. Walter Hutchins. Mr. Walter Hutchins was in his car. He was about to leave home. He put the car in reverse. As he put the car in reverse, two civilian vehicles pull up. He doesn't know what's going on. He's scared. Hey, Marcus Rodriguez, how you doing? Thank you so much, Jenny. I see it. He was scared. He puts the car in reverse to tries to escape the civilians that are trying to delete him, because he feels he don't know these people. They're in regular clothes. They're not in any type of uniforms that say anything. And so he backs the car up and tries to escape. They all open fire on him and delete him. I have the news coverage that I want to share with you guys. And this is the news coverage. Let me pull it up for you. Fair use. Fair use. Let's go ahead and get started first with Mr. Walter Hutchins. I introduce you guys to Mr. Walter Hutchins, who have just been deleted by bounty hunters, not police officers, not sheriff department, not state troopers, not state police. He was deleted by bounty hunters. He was deleted by bounty hunters. And no arrest has been made on this case. The bounty hunters are living their lives. So I have Dr. Rashad Ritchie from Indisputable. Shout out to them. TYT, the Young Turks Network. Shout out to them. And they have the coverage, right? So I'm going to go ahead and put this in here and we'll watch and we'll break it down. Here we go. Fair use for informational purposes only. Thank you, Jenny, for that again. I appreciate you. All right, here we go.
Very disturbing story. Bounty hunters, in my opinion, murder a man. We have the video, here it is.
That's wild right there.
Fair use.
Show black men.
At the result.
Man.
They jump out.
I just immediately start shooting, bro.
Okay. They kill him. They kill him. He had no time to respond. He had no idea who was chasing him. He had no idea who was jumping out of their vehicles in plain clothes. He didn't know any of this. All right, they kill him. So this happened in Houston. A group of bounty hunters gunned down and killed a black man during a botched warrant raid.
A botched warrant raid. Does anybody in the comments know what botched means? Botched warrant raid. That means the warrant was not even legit on this man. And this man has been deleted by bounty hunters. He has been deleted by bounty hunters on a botched, it was a botched warrant. That means that the warrant was not even justifiable for you to roll up on a man and start shooting at him through the window. Right? I don't understand. Maybe you guys can help me. But we're going to continue. But did you guys see the video? Imagine if that were you. Imagine if you were sitting in your car and two SUVs pull up with guns and your car's already running. The first natural thought to you is to escape being shot. Escape being shot. Why would you want it? Why would I sit there when men are pulling guns and run up toward my car? Now, for some of us, it will be different because we have our guns in the cars. I have mine in my car, ready to go, one in the chamber. So it would have been different for me. The news would have been different. Black Men Unfiltered it has been deleted. Also, 5 bounty hunters. They went together. Right? Because you don't know who these people are. They're running up to your car. They don't announce themselves. They get out and they go to blasting. Let's take a look at the video one more time. Here we go.
That's wild right there. Show black men.
At the result.
Man.
They jump out.
Fair use.
Okay.
Did you guys see that?
They kill him.
Exactly.
They kill him. He had no time to respond. He had no idea who was chasing him. He had no idea who was jumping out of their vehicles in plain clothes. He didn't know any of this. All right, they kill him. So this happened in Houston. A group of bounty hunters gunned down and killed a black man during a botched warrant raid. Despite this, the bounty hunters have not been arrested for his death. I got some information on the company that these bounty hunters are connected to.
They have a botched warrant. That means the warrant was not official. So what they did was they took the botched warrant and they went after this man. And not only went after him, but they deleted him. As you can see on the video, which I played twice. If you're just coming in, you missed it, please go back and watch it. On the video, I played it twice for a reason. Because the man is in a car, 2 SUVs pull up. As soon as they pull up, he goes in reverse and they shoot him immediately. But now the bounty hunters are saying they announced themselves. We're bounty hunters. But when did bounty hunters get an opportunity? When did they get a license to delete? When did bounty hunters get a license to delete? Can anybody help me in the chat? Maybe I'm dumb. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But can somebody tell me when they got an opportunity to delete people? When did they get a license? Do they have a license? Maybe somebody can educate me that's watching right now. Do bounty hunters have a license to delete? Because now those 3 bounty hunters that had so much fun trying to be John Wick, they went ahead and deleted this man that was a father of a newborn child because they were trigger happy. Let's continue. Let's continue.
The bounty hunters claim they announced themselves, and it was
fair use.
The suspect who fired first, but surveillance videos show not the case. All right, let's put up a picture of the man they killed. The man that was killed was 31-year-old Walter Hutchins, who leaves behind a newborn baby. Now remember, these are not cops.
Now let's take a look at this picture. This is the young man. This is Mr. Walter Hutchins. Y'all see him? There he is. Take a good look at that young man. Handsome young black man, melanated black man. Deleted. In the next picture, I'm so glad they put that because there's always when you have black people doing the news and that black media that you're listening to, if this was on MSNBC, they would have put a picture of him up when he was 17 years old in high school, holding up a gun behind the school or something crazy, right? But black media depicts men as positive black men. And so take a look at him. This is Mr. Walter Hutchins. This is a man who was deleted by the bounty hunters. Take that in. Look at that beautiful bundle of joy over there that will not grow up and have, I don't know if it's a boy or girl, but not grow up and have his or her father. That baby will not have her father, his father, because I don't know the sex of the baby. Take that in. Guys, what are you guys' thoughts? Marcus, what's your thoughts? Mandrell, what's your thoughts? Jeannie, what are you thinking? If you just came in right now, get in the chat. Tell me what you're thinking about this so far. And if you're just getting here, we're talking about the case of Mr. Walter Hutchins, who was deleted by bounty hunters on a botched warrant, meaning the warrant was not even official. The warrant was not accurate. The warrant was not warranted. They just took it and ran with it. And in the case of that, this man right here, father of a newborn, has been deleted and no longer exists on this planet. Oh, Lord have mercy. Let's continue.
These are bounty hunters. The bounty is the money. These are money hunters. This man is dead because they wanted money. That's why he's dead, because our justice system allows for this kind of foolishness. What they were supposed to do is directly identify this is the person in the warrant, and they could have called law enforcement if they believed that this would have been an issue with apprehending him. Or they were supposed to identify themselves in a way that absolutely makes no one doubt who they are. They didn't.
They did not. They rolled up on him. They rolled up on him. And they did not. They did not. They did not. They didn't announce themselves. They didn't say, "Hey, freeze! This is Billy Bob's bounty hunters." None of that. None of that. What is going on here? Racism doesn't exist, guys. Nope. Racism doesn't exist. Nope. They don't, right? That's what we're talking about. Let's go to the chat before we go back to the video. In the video here, the chat here, BCDC says, wow. Mandrell, he said they've always had a license to do that. Mandrell came back with another comment, says it's never changed. They've always had that authority. Jenny says they need to be prosecuted for deleting him. Exactly. Mandrell came back and said, it's just par for the course, man. Don't get so bent out of shape about it. Hey, well, you know what, Mandrell? After this show today, hopefully your mindset will change after I give you two more. I got two more for you that's relatable to this video. Two more. BCDC123 says, I'm glad they included that picture with him with his child. Exactly. Instead of some thug picture to depict him in a negative manner. BCDC123 says, Black media will do its best. Exactly. I'm damn sure. As long as I got a platform, I don't care if I get down to 23 subscribers. I don't care. I'm going to highlight these things during the day. I'm definitely going to highlight these things during the day. There's that when these things come about, because some of these things you didn't know about. Put a 1 in the chat if you knew about the bounty hunters that deleted this man. Did you knew about this? Tell me. Put a 1 in the chat if you knew about it. Most people don't even know about it. This is swept under the rug. But let it would have been different if me and 5 other men call ourselves the Black bounty hunters of the South, and we went out and deleted a white boy. This would be national news. This would be national news, guys. National. But it's not. Let's continue with the video here.
Didn't do either because they wanted the money. Civil rights and personal injury attorneys Ben Crump and Bob Hilliard questioned the intentions of the bounty hunter, whether or not the hunters would have received incentive even if Hutchins was killed. Here's the quote. They sat there for 6 hours. Remember, the bounty hunters sat there for 6 hours instead of calling the Houston Police Department and inviting them to arrest Walter. That's because their bounty was contingent during the arrest, during the retention. What's going to be interesting to find out is, does the bounty care whether you bring them in dead or alive? Christopher Powell, a private investigator who has spent more than a decade tracking and taking down fugitives, had this to say.
So they sat there. Let's get this right. They sat there for 6.5 hours waiting on this man, knowing this man would be there with a botched warrant. Let's not forget about that botched warrant, right? That was notified at the beginning of the video. 6.5 hours, and you don't call the police, but you take matters into your own hands and delete this man, the father of a newborn child. All right, let's continue.
Make sure we are properly identifiable, Powell said. We have badges, we have our vest, they have patches on them that show what we are. The area they're in is 5th Ward, and obviously it's late at night. Just running up on someone in plain clothes, they don't know what's going on. They don't know if you're gang affiliated, if you're doing a robbery, if you're about to steal their car. That is
exactly. If I'm sitting in a car, right? Welcome, Black David. Good to see you, brother. If I'm sitting in my car, if you just got here, please hit the like button. We're talking about the case of Mr. Walter Hutchins in Houston, Texas. Just an overview. In Houston, Texas, in his car, as he's leaving his apartment complex, 2 SUVs pull up in civilian clothes, get out of the car, and shoot him dead. Shoot him, delete him. They were bounty hunters. And and on top of that, they had a botched warrant, meaning the warrant was not even valid. Let's continue. Good to see you, Black David. Here we go.
correct, Mr. Powell, okay? In terms of charges against the bounty hunters, Houston police said the investigation into Hutchins' death is still ongoing and that findings of the investigation will be presented to the DA's office, which will decide what, if any, charges the bounty hunters will face. And that's already a cop-out, no pun intended, because Houston PD, they have the authority, the jurisdiction to arrest the bounty hunters directly. They are already telling you, no matter what they find in their investigation, they are not going to affect the arrest. They're not going to do it. Even if they find probable cause to arrest, they're going to simply hand that information over to the DA's office for them to make the decision. This is why people don't like the police.
You see what he said? This is why people don't like the police. Did you see how many layers that you would have to go through to have these men arrested? This is why he just said it. This is why they don't like the police. This is why people don't like the police. Let's go back and watch that again. We're almost done with this one. I got to get to the second story here. I got time today. So let's go back to what you just said.
Don't like the police. To the DA's office and probable cause to arrest, already telling you, no matter what they find in their investigation, they are not going to affect the arrest. They're not going to do it. Even if they find probable cause to arrest, they're going to simply hand that information over to the DA's office for them to make the decision. This is why people don't like the police. A reliable source told Fox 26 News that 2 bounty hunters involved work for a company called Fearless Bail Bonds. Put them up. Give them some business.
Expose them.
Fox 26 News gave them a call, but they chose not to comment. So I'm sure they're going to get more calls. Now the phone number is 713.
Yes. Call
862.
Yes.
8888.
Expose them. Call them. There it is. Let me pause.
They're located.
Guys, there it is. There's the number.
Located at 44.
There's their address, there's their number, there's their phone number. Yes, I love it. I love it, right? America's Mind, thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. I love it. There's the number, Fearless Bail Bonds. Hell no, yeah, they're not fearless because they're walking up just killing black men, just shooting them, just delete them. Y'all saw the video? They got out the car and just walked up to the car and pow, 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 pow. They lit him up. But I'm glad these bail bondsmen, these bounty hunters, this is their business right here. If you guys want to call them and give them a piece of your mind, the number is right there, 713-862-8888. Their main office, if you're ever around Houston and want to stop by and do and ask questions, you can go to 4402 North Main Street, Suite B, Houston, Texas, 77079. I may go there when I go to Houston for the YouTube spectacular weekend with the Lapeef Network. I may go there then. I may go and stop by there and have a conversation and see what they're talking about. I may want to stop by there and see why we're deleting people. All right, guys. So fair use. Here we go. Let's continue the video here.
402 North Main Street, Suite B, Houston, Texas, 77079. Now, every time I do this, all right, I get a group of pro-law enforcement people. They call me the N-word. They threaten my life. I'm scared of none of them. They're cowards. They got keyboard courage. They won't do a damn thing. The issue of life, humanity, has to be protected by the culture. We are involved in that culture, and we will protect policies and promote policies that protect life.
Fair use.
Mr. Bain, thoughts on this case?
Earlier in the show, brother, you talked about the need for a paradigm shift.
Yeah.
And I think that's still relevant. And here, these are the remnants, the particles that have continued to travel through time from chattel slavery, in which property supersedes person. So that's what we're seeing in a super capitalistic material society where human life, of course, there are no charges going to be put against it. Of course, because they did the job of law enforcement. These were the original slave catchers. This was the original position, protect property. So until
a lot of people do not know what policing came from, right? I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to show you the original police. I'm going to read to you. what original police what original police hunted and what they did, what their job was. So the original police were on the slave patrol. So what they would do, they would go out and they would call it policing, which they call it now. Everything has a start, right? Right. Half a century after the federal government voided Jim Crow laws, the criminal justice system still discriminated against African Americans, right? By policing, by going out and hunting down Black men, women, and children. That's what policing started. Policing started by that, by hunting down Black people. That's basically the definition of it. Jamal Williams, thank you for being here, brother. I just seen you pop in here. Thank you, brother. I saw you last night. And Jamal Williams, if you want to cam up for this one, brother, you sure can, because I'll be doing call-ins in a few minutes. I'll drop that link in a few. But I'm just saying here that policing started with go catch them niggas and bring them back to me and I'll pay you. It's like bounty hunting, right? The bounty hunter goes out, catches the criminal comes in, they pay the bounty hunter. That's just how it works. That's how it works. But let's continue. Fair use and for informational purposes only. Here we go.
There's a radical, again, and I say revolutionary shift in the way that we approach safety. We are going to see more, unfortunately, more of this and unnecessary lives lost. They did not, in what you read, they did not call the police. They waited, and then they murdered someone.
Exactly. Guys, if you want to see more on this case, please, just simply go to Google, type in Walter Hutchins. If you want to see Mr. Rashad Evans here, Dr. Rashad Evans, who you just heard so eloquently, he does Black media. You go to Roland Martin, of course, but definitely Dr. Rashad is my go-to guys as well as Roland. So you can type in Walter Hutchins, Dr. Rashad, right? So my prayers and condolences. My prayers or condolences go out to the family of Mr. Hutchins, who was deleted by four radical white men who decided that his life that didn't mean nothing. Decided that I'm not going to say who we are. We're not going to announce who we are. We're going to put on our rustlers. We're going to put on our steel toe boots. We're going to put on our vest, our hunting vest, and our t-shirt that says Mississippi Pride, and we're going to go down here and shoot up a whole bunch of niggers. That's exactly what happened. That's the same thing happened to Ahmaud Arbery. We can't allow this man to look inside of a house that ain't built yet. We're going to kill him. We're going to delete him. We're going to get him. We're going to get on the back of that truck, hand me that 30-06. Pull up on him. Ahmaud tried to fight him. They shot and deleted him. They shot and deleted Ahmaud Arbery. And now we're dealing with the same thing with Walter Hutchins. Nobody can justify this, whether Black, because we have some Black people that are just ridiculous. But we have some white people that we already know are ridiculous. That may say, oh, well, we need to get all the information first. There's nothing more you need. It was a botched warrant, meaning the warrant had no validity. The warrant had no validity. They went on a botched warrant to arrest a man. They should be arrested and thrown in jail based on the fact they didn't even have the necessary proper work to take this man in. It was botched. We know it. We know that, and they do that. There he is. Shoot. You guys saw the video. You guys saw when they pulled up what they did to this man. If you didn't see it, please go back and watch this. Come on. What are we doing here? We got to start, listen, as a culture, we got to start being smarter, and we got to come up with some type of app. We got to come up with something. We got to come up with something where we can press a button and the lawyer's called or something. We got to press a button and immediately your phone starts recording audio and video, just in case you drop the phone. We got to invest in apps. We got to invest in apps. And I'm going to say this, somebody steal my idea, I'm coming for you. But we got to have apps that you can start recording video and audio. And the only way to stop the video recording is by having someone's thumbprint. So the police won't be able to grab the phone. And if something happens to the phone, if the phone abruptly just ends, the video ends by being thrown to the ground, the video automatically saves to an email or to a file of your choice. That's what we should be doing. We should have something in place. It's too many of us being deleted. Too many of us being deleted. All right, guys. So I want to get to the next story. We already talked about Walter Hutchins, right, Mandrell? Here's number 2, if you're still here. Adrian Nash, so good to see you, hon. So let's go to the second story. First story, Walter Hutchins, deleted by bounty hunters with a botch warrant. Y'all may say, oh man, he had it coming, whatever. Oh, okay. Well, I want you to explain this one. I want you to get a good story about these police officers. I want you, this young lady, her name is, her name is going to be Christina Nance. Christina Nance, Nance. I want you guys to go and Google her on your own time, because right now I'm going to take you into her right now. Christina Nance, can you imagine waking up in the morning and going out and having a good time, and then all of a sudden something happens? I wonder what happens. Christina Nance was found in a police van, dead. And she's been sitting there probably a week. The police say they don't know nothing about it. They didn't arrest her. She wasn't a part of it. The police van is behind gates. It's in a secure area. How, Sway? Did this lady get put in this van? How did they find her body in the back of a police van that's guarded by a gate? Did the lady decide, I want to go in there and just jump in the van and just go to sleep and never wake up again? Her name is Christina Nance. My homeboy, we talked about Dr. Rashad, but my homeboy, this is for Canadian Born, because me and Canadian Born are fans of Roland Martin. I don't know if you guys are. If you aren't, please go and give Roland Martin some of your time and donate something over there to that channel. But here we go. Roland Martin is explaining what happened to the young lady, Christina Nance, who was found in the back of a police van, dead. And the police say they don't know nothing about it. They don't know nothing about her. We didn't pick her up. We don't know her. We don't know what happened to her. We don't know how she got in the van. Are we going to believe that, ladies and gentlemen? Let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and share this with you. Brother Roland Martin, fair use for informational purposes only for those who are watching. Here we go.
All right, folks, we have gotten used to some strange stories out of Alabama. And
yes.
Here is another one. A family is seeking.
Alabama, one of the most racist states in America. Alabama, one of the most racist states in America. My boy Mandrell is in the chat right now. He's from Alabama. Alabama, you know that, Mandrell, you know that Alabama is one of the most racist states in America. Period, point blank. When you hear Alabama, all you think about is deletions. Especially in those back roads. Especially in those back roads. If they catch you slipping back there after dark, it's over. I think in Alabama, they still have sundown towns. Yeah. We're going to talk about sundown towns that's a whole show. We'll talk about sundown towns. Just get ready for that. All right, let's continue. Roland is going to explain to us. This Christina Nance, this happened to her in Alabama. And this is what her family is talking about. Here we go.
Answers after their missing relative was found dead in the back of an unused police vehicle in the parking lot of the police headquarters. On October 7th, Christina Nance's body was discovered in the unused vehicle outside of the Huntsville Police Department. Huntsville police say surveillance video shows Christina Nance entering the van at the city's public safety complex on September 25th, 12 days before her body was discovered. Now, the 29-year-old's cause of death has yet to be determined. However, the autopsy report says no foul play was involved. Now, Nance's family wants the surveillance video from the surrounding area released.
Uh-oh. Now, do y'all see that? Do y'all? Her body was found in a van. Her body was found in a van, ladies and gentlemen. Her body was found in a van, and her body was in the police van for 12 days. 12 days, and they will not release the video footage to the family. But they told the family, oh, we saw her get in there. We don't know why she got in there. Who in their right mind goes to a police station that's gated, walks up to a van, gets into the van, and just dies? Another cover-up. Mandrell, this is the second one. We're only on the second one. I got one more huge one for you after this here. Let's continue.
How our relative's body was found inside a police van on police property. And we need some justice, we need some clarity. And Christina cannot speak for herself. So today we have about 10 to 15 voices that's echoing.
So Nance's family reported her missing 2 weeks ago. This is Beyond Strange. My panel, Michael Imhotep, host of the African History Network show, Kelly Bethea, communication strategist, and Brianna Cartwright, political strategist. I don't know what to say here, Michael. First of all, why would she be getting into an empty van? Body found there.
Exactly.
And you mean to tell me no one even drove that van? A police van just unlocked and somebody just pops in?
Exactly.
Well, see,
Fair use.
Once again, Roland, thanks for having me back. But this is crazy. Now, we don't know if the police van was unlocked. I've been reading this story. I haven't seen anything that says it was unlocked. Could have been unlocked. Could have been jimmied open. That's one of the first questions I asked. Okay, well, do you all leave police vans unlocked, or did somebody jimmy it open? Number one. Number two, you would think, I've never been in law enforcement, but I would think if I had been in law enforcement and a dead body showed up in a police van, okay, you would want to release everything that you have, regarding this case that does not compromise the case. Okay, so yeah, there's a whole lot of questions to ask you. And then one of the other questions I have, and maybe you know this, Roland, looking at the reporting on this from the Griot, it talked about how Christina had been arrested for multiple nonviolent offenses over the past 8 years. What were those offenses? Is it believed that maybe those surrounding that, I don't know what the offenses were, but is there a belief that the connection to those offenses had anything to do with her death? There's a whole lot of questions here.
A whole lot of questions, guys. What do you guys think? Get in the chat. Let me know. Mandrea, what do you think? Canadian-born Nigerian, what do you think? All right, a police van, wide open, in the middle of a parking lot. They say, because they're not releasing any of the footage. That's the strange thing. They say she got into the van herself. Police van left out in the middle of the night, wide open. That's what we're really going to say. That's what we're really doing right now. And then she was missing for 12 days. So that van was something wicked when they opened that door. Her body had already been through rigor mortis. It takes 48 hours for rigor mortis. And it only gets worse every day. In the chat, tell me what you guys think. Mandrell, Jamal, Jenny, what do you think about this story? You think it's weird? Do you think it's they're hiding something? Do you think it's a huge cover up? I personally think it's a cover up. Absolutely 100, just absolutely 100%. Let's continue.
It makes no sense, Kelly, what is going on here. And again, I'm just sitting here going, how does somebody spend that long in a police van and nobody noticed?
Nobody. Inside job.
I couldn't tell you, because for what I know about police office locations and the like, there's rarely a time where someone is not coming in and out by way of going on patrol, going to a scene, what have you. And considering that you have to use these vehicles for transport on a regular basis, it baffles me as well how someone did not notice a body in a police vehicle. It is upsetting to me how, if it weren't for media like yours and other Black-owned media
You wouldn't know.
this story would have been swept under the rug.
Exactly.
How many
Let me
other
stop
stories
this.
are like
Did y'all hear what this woman just said? She just said what I said a few minutes ago. If it wasn't for Black media, that's why I'm so, God, please, he's blessing me already, God, with the channel, right? With almost 700 subscribers. We're moving up to 1,000. We're going to get there with or without the people, with the haters, without the haters. I don't care. But this channel, I'm going to have it for fun. We're going to talk about relationships. We're going to talk about Black culture, but we're going to talk about missing Black women. We're going to talk about missing Black men. We're going to talk about slavery. We're going to talk about where we was so we can know where we're going. This is what this platform is for. We're going to have the conversation. And yes, we're going to bump heads. Yes, we're going to disagree, but this is ours. This belongs to us. And we're able to say what the hell we want to say. That's why this is Black Men Unfiltered. I'm a Black man that's unfiltered. And I've always been unfiltered. And I got stuffed as a child, stuffed as I was becoming an adult to don't say nothing. I'm over it. This is why we need to be unfiltered. She just spoke it. This is why Black media is important, because even right now, you guys did not know. I don't even have to tell you to put a 1. I'm going to do it anyway. Put a 1 in the chat right now if you knew about this story of this young Black beautiful girl. She was a very beautiful girl. Tell me now, if you put a 1 in the chat if you knew about this. If you saw it on CNN, MSNBC, did Don Lemon talk about it? Did Fox News talk about it? Did MSNBC talk about it? Did Good Morning America talk about it? Did The View talk about it? Did The Real talk about it? Nobody's talking about Black women coming up missing and coming up deleted in the back of open police vans in the middle of a police department, and the police officers are so creepy. They're saying they're telling the family what they want to hear. They're telling the family that, oh, we saw her get in the van, but you're not releasing the tapes. You're not releasing the surveillance. And then you're going to say, later on, you're going to find out in this video that they said the videos, the cameras at the police department over the parking lot do not work. What? They don't work. They got the footage from a building next door that has cameras. You got to be shitting me. They don't work? You're going to tell me the cameras don't work at a damn police station? The cameras don't work at a damn police station. Are you kidding me? Let's continue. Fair use, informational purposes only. I'm getting hot. Here we go.
This one, in which a Black woman is in peril or even deceased by way of some shady police officer work. Not saying that happens all the time, but God knows how many times it happens and we don't know about it. So thank you for bringing this issue to light, and hopefully we can get some answers for the family.
And Brianna, if you're this police department, you may want to be a hell of a lot more aggressive to figure out what's going on. How about conduct an investigation like you would if it didn't involve the police department?
Right, Roland. That's the key part. We don't know where the forensic evidence is. If that's the case, then release those surveillance. you know enough coming and going.
My question is this, guys, and you can get in the comments so I can hear you. I mean, so I can see your comments. My question is this: is the lady's been dead? The lady's been deleted for 2 weeks. Why won't you release the footage from the parking lot? How long does it take to doctor up a video? Week and a half, 2 weeks? Why is it taking so long? Why not say she passed away on this parking lot? We're going to get the information to you as soon as possible. We're going to give the video to the family. We want to allow the mom and her children to be at peace on what happened to their baby and their mother and their child. Let's go to the chat. Jenny says, something nefarious happened. The person responsible did not dispose of the body fast enough before being discovered. Wow, Jenny, come on. Black David says, I don't trust the police, period. They did something and I don't want and don't want to tell the truth. Jamal Williams says, sounds fishy. It absolutely does. Mandrell 211 says, there's nothing strange about it. This one is obvious. Black David said, this is new to me. Jenny, you knew about it, huh? Mandrell says, I'm not going to lie. I live in Alabama and I didn't even know about this one. I told you guys, nobody's listening. Nobody's listening to black women come. Like it's obvious, guys. Think about it. It's obvious. It's obvious because how many black women have come up missing and you've seen full news coverage? But you let Amy Zuckerberg come up missing. There will be newspapers. There will be news on your phone. There will be news all everywhere. It'll be on Good Morning America. Let's find the white girl. But who's volunteering their time for this? No arrest made, no nothing. Just like on the first case with Walter Hutchins. Nobody being arrested for deleting that young man. Nobody. All right, fair use for informational purposes only. Let's finish up, guys.
And there's too many questions. And it's obvious right now that facts are being hidden. And we're unclear of the motives of why someone else would want to kill her, what the previous issues were, if there's mental health problems. It doesn't make sense. And if this local police does not want to investigate, then truly the FBI needs to get involved, because frankly, we've seen our people get shot in the street, already arrested, killed. You know, there's so much distrust there. And so knowing this, they should be upfront and showing at least the surveillance video. It needs to be properly investigated, period.
Yeah, I'm just not understanding, at all this. And look, it's a very, very strange story that we're going to continue to follow as best that we can. All right, folks, going to go to a break. We come back. We're going to talk about Texas and the redrawing of maps. This is
Guys, so you see what I'm saying here? You see what I'm saying here? Good afternoon, M. Mills. Glad you're here, hon. So now let's go through the cases already. What have we discovered today? Because today is about missing and deleted children, women, and men. I have all three today. Man, child, woman today. Man, child, woman today. There's something going on in this country and in this world, in the black market, guys. There has to be something, and nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to address it, and that's why black people are very valuable. We're valuable in the skill sets that we have. We're valuable as fathers. We're valuable as mothers. We're valuable as people, even though we may have disagreements sometimes, even though we may have platforms sometimes where we go at each other. At the end of the day, we are valuable in our own way. And what happens is that other people don't like the value that we have in ourselves. And they choose to use us as animals and as tools. And I'm thinking to myself, what? There's another case, guys, that I wasn't even going to talk about today, but I got time because I got a big one at the end, a huge finale, and I got some homework for you guys. Oh, yes, I got time. I got time today. So let's see. I'm gonna bring it. I didn't even have this to talk about, guys. I had everything prepared for you guys, but I got to let you guys know about this one. I think this is it right here. I definitely want you guys. I just thought about this case. I just thought about this case. About this little boy that he was seen at a white couple's walking down the street, and a white couple picked him up. And when they picked him up, that was the last time he was seen. His mom worried because he's not used to not coming home. So the mom is worried. And she calls the police. They say, oh, he's probably at a football game or something. 3 days passed. They found him in a field. He was deleted. To this day, no arrests have been made to the couple who picked him up. Guys, I can't make this shit up. I can't make it up. Can't make it up. But it wasn't on national news. It wasn't on national news. I can't make this up. They even showed a picture. They even showed a picture of the little boy, how he looked after they found him in the field. They showed a decayed picture of him. Let me see if I can find it here. I'm trying to find it. I think it's where is it at? Because they show pictures and everything. It was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking to see that little boy deleted like that. It was heartbreaking. I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it, and I'm going to share it with you guys because it's just it's crazy. It's crazy. Now, I've given you Walter Hutchins. Let's review what we've seen so far. If you just get in, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being in the sanctuary today. So let's go ahead and talk about Walter Hutchins deleted in Houston by 5 white bounty hunters, as he was backing out of out of his apartment complex. They pulled up on him, pulled the trigger, deleted him. And then we go to Christina Nance, beautiful, young, attractive, beautiful mom of 2, found deleted in the back of a police van. Can somebody help me? Can we talk about it? It's crazy. Let's go to the chat here. All right, let's see what y'all got going in here. Everybody speaking to each other. What's going on? Hey, thank you, Jenny, for that. As you join us, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to this channel so we can go ahead and help this channel continue to grow. As we continue to grow, you will still get all this great, good content that I'll be bringing to you guys, especially. Let's see here. I think it was in a cornfield where they found him. Ha ha, I found it. Yes, Janet Irvin. Yes, here we go. I found it, guys. Let me share this with you. I want to share this story with you because ain't nobody talking about it. The little boy name was Quawan Charles. Quawan Charles. He's 15 years old. 15 years old. And he got deleted. And he was last seen with a white couple. And that white couple still aren't arrested. Let me go to Roland Martin because Roland Martin did a great job covering this, guys. Here we go. I found it. All right, guys. So I'm going to share this with you because I got time. I got time.
You want support?
I got time. Here we go. I want to share this with you guys. Let's see here. All right. All right. So fair use. We'll go ahead and put that up there. So we don't have any issues. Fair use for informational purposes only. That's for YouTube, so they won't strike the video. This is very educational. So I want everybody to see this. So Roland Martin covered this best. A few other people did, but not like Roland, right? And so I want you guys to see this. We're going to go through this video together. And I have one more case and then we're out for the day. Thank you guys for being in the sanctuary today. But I want you guys to know about how we're coming up missing and how important it is for us to look out for each other. Yes, we can be, disagreeable. Yes, we can go back and forth. Yes, at the same time, we need to also protect each other as well. Right? See, and I understand. Black David says, all these cases you bring up right now is very disturbing right now. Yes, they're disturbing and they have to be heard because no one knows about them, Black David. Nobody knows that these little babies are coming up missing. Nobody knows a black woman is found in the back of a police van in a police precinct and ain't nobody doing nothing about it. Nobody knows about the bounty hunters that deleted this black man that's a father of a newborn baby on a botched warrant. Nobody knew. Now you know. Right? Spread this video or Google it and spread the story. I don't care how you spread it. But we have to shine light on black people being deleted for no reasons and coming up missing. So here we go, guys. I want you guys to hear this. Let's go. Fair use for informational purposes only. Here we go.
Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give. Case, the 15-year-old boy. Juan Bobby Charles Case, the 15-year-old boy, was found dead in a sugarcane field last November. After investigators say Charles was last seen with Irvin and her 17-year-old son. According to the Iberia Parish Sheriff's Office, Irvin is facing charges of contributing to the delinquency of a minor and failure to report a missing child. On October 30th, Irvin and her son picked up Charles outside of his father's home in Baldwin, Louisiana. Charles's parents said at the time they didn't know Irvin or her son and never consented to Charles leaving with them.
Now, are y'all hearing this? They never consented ever for Charles, their son, to be with these white folks. This little boy, Quawan's mother, Quawan Bobby Charles is his name. This is the child's name here. You see the child. My God, he reminds me so much of my 9-year-old. Jesus Christ, I don't know what I would do. I would. Ooh, I know I wouldn't be on YouTube no more unless I'm saying, hey, welcome to Black Men Unfiltered from Cell Block C. But to see Quawan Bobby Charles, they don't know these people. They picked this 15-year-old kid up, and after they pick him up, the boy comes up missing. Now they arrested them, but then they released them because they couldn't charge them with nothing. Let's continue. Fair use, informational purposes only.
Now, these charges come months after the family has been demanding Irvin be charged with Charles's disappearance. The Charles family says they believe law enforcement dragged their feet because Charles is black. Lawyers for the family issued a statement on Tuesday saying, quote, "We will continue to fight, we will continue to advocate for Quawan's family, and we will work tirelessly in our pursuit of justice, transparency, and accountability." This is a very, very troublesome case, Monique.
Yes.
we show y'all short again, I am going to. So let me. I gotta pull it up, but let me warn our audience.
My mic was muted. I'm sorry, guys. So I'm going to warn you guys as well. If you have a soft stomach and you really can't handle things, this next picture ain't for you. You may want to close your eyes for a little bit, right? Don't leave me, but close your eyes for a little bit if you can't handle it. But for the men in this chat, we have to step our asses up, right? We have to step our asses up, right? Can y'all hear me now? Because they say I was muted. I'm unmuted now. We have to step our asses up and protect our babies. We got to protect our children. This little boy was 15 years old, picked up by a white family, and they never seen him again. And these people back at home, and they're not arrested for anything that they don't have proof. How many of you are watching right now have heard this story? How many of you have seen it? Not, I guarantee you, only probably 1% of the audience that's watching me right now have seen this story of this little 15-year-old boy. I got y'all because this is what I do every day. I don't give a damn about world news. I don't give a damn about news that don't matter. I'm talking about these black kids that's coming up missing. I'm talking about the Nigerians that are treated bad in the Ukraine right now. Women and children sitting on a platform in the cold hugging their newborn babies because they have no way out of a country that's at war. I'm talking about black women that are being found in the back of police vans and they have no police. And the police say they can't find, oh my God, they can't find, like right now, I'm not going to get any views, or I'm not going to get, the people that are here right now are the faithful. But a lot of people don't like to talk about this. Black people don't like to talk about these cases. They don't like to talk about it. We sweep everything under the damn rug. The secrets we hold. I'm sick of it. I'm tired. We got to continue to grow black media. And listen, I told you, I'm gonna say it again. I'm not gonna say it no more until the next show. Hell, I'm gonna repeat this over and over again. I am here for a specific reason. I'm here to talk about relationships. I'm here to piss you off. I'm here to make you laugh. I'm here to talk about history. I'm here to talk about where we were and where we're going. I'm here to talk about solutions. I'm here to talk about the problems. I'm here to do it, and that's what I'm here to do. If you don't want to do it, if I get down to 3 damn subscribers, I don't care. But I'm going to have these conversations, and if they're circular conversations, so what? So be it. Okay. But I'm going to talk about everything. Family. I'm going to talk about family. I'm going to talk about men. We're going to talk about women. We're going to talk about kids. We're going to talk about bringing the family together. We're going to talk about the hell that your women bring us. We're going to talk about hell the men bring us. We're going to talk about our country. We're going to talk about how we were deceived, how we were oppressed. We're talking about it because it's black media. It's black media, and it needs to be talked about. If you disagree with me in the chat, put a 2. If you agree with me, put a 1. I need to know what the faithful here right now, that what are they thinking? What are you thinking? 1 if you agree, 2 if you do not. 2 if you saying, black man unfiltered, I love you, bro. But yeah, nah, I don't think you should go down this road, bro. But 1, if you say, you know what, man, yes, we do need to bring this out. Yes, we do need to talk about what we've been. Yes, we're not going to complain when you have a show and we're talking about women need to get better. We're not going to complain when you have a show talking about men getting better. We're not going to talk about you when you talk about children getting better and children. We need to have the conversation. That's why I have Talk Tuesday. That's why I have Barbershop, because some of these men right here, some of these men out here, sometimes they may have something to say on the barbershop to keep from wrecking shop. And we're going to continue to have these conversations because some of these men, we have to grab them by the hand and walk them off the cliff. I would rather walk them off the cliff instead of him loading up a clip. I'm preaching today. I don't give a damn what nobody think. I don't even care. If you support the channel, I love you. If you don't support it, I still love you. But we still going to have a conversation. We're going to talk about everything. Let me go through the list. We're going to talk about trifling men, trifling women, trifling kids, trifling system. We're going to talk about the system. We're going to talk about incentivizing. We're going to talk about black love. We're going to talk about black hate. We're going to talk about black culture. We're going to talk about it all. And if you don't like it, okay. Go over there and go to somebody else's channel that's talking about Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie while we're still having little kids coming up missing every day. Go over there to another channel where they talking about Kanye West. He'll be in there with a skull mask on, falling out of a car. Go over there and watch, listen to that while these little kids are still coming up missing. I'm gonna rewind this 30 seconds. I'm gonna take this video and we're gonna go back 30 seconds. Fair use, informational purposes only. We're gonna go back 30 seconds so I can take into this picture. And you know what? Y'all need to have the stomach to see this picture. Y'all need to see this 15-year-old boy, how they found this little 15-year-old boy after the mama pleaded with the police that her son was missing. And they say he's 15. He may be out with a little girl. He may be at a football game. She pleaded with them to find her son and they dismissed her. And we know why. Let me go back 30 seconds. Let me go back 30 seconds so we can go into this. Let me go back.
I'm going to show you the photo, but I'm warning folks. So I'm giving you about a 60 to 90 second head start.
Exactly.
I will literally show it in 2 minutes.
Exactly.
But if you need to turn away, please do so. This young boy leaves. Y'all roll the footage, please. This is what he looks like. You'll see in here what he looks like. But then I'm going to show you what it looked like when his body was found. And it never added up in this case. My problem here is when the cops initially, when they got the call, their position was, oh, he's probably at a football game.
See,
based on nothing, like nothing. Then all of a sudden, it was different when his body was found.
You see what I'm saying, guys? Listen, guys, I'm not here to play no games. I'm telling you this because I researched this stuff. I'm so indebted to it, right? Because I have kids of my own. And again, I told you guys before, I have children of my own. So I'm indebted to understanding while in Washington that these black women are coming up missing in Chocolate City. I'm trying to figure out why in the back roads of Alabama that these people are deleting people, right? Christina Nance is in the back of a police van. If you're just coming in right now, let me give you an overview. Walter Hutchins in Houston, Texas, was gunned down by white bounty hunters as he was leaving his house. They were in civilian clothes and then announced themselves. They got out and started shooting. We talked about that first. Christina Nance was found in the back of a police van and she was missing for 17 days. And you mean to tell me for 17 days nobody saw a body inside of a police van that they used for transport? It's a cover up and nobody's arrested in either case. Now we're talking about Quaywan Bobby Charles, a 15-year-old boy that was walking down the street. A white couple picked him up. A 17-year-old boy and a woman picked him up. White couple picked him up, and they never seen the boy again until they found him deceased, deleted. And let's get back to the video.
So she has not been charged with murder, but this is at least a start, Monique.
Yeah, they're still not there though yet. This one is sinister, and I don't know. I always my gut told me the family knew more than they were saying, but law enforcement to me is complicit in this. And I just have had a feeling from the very beginning that a small circle of people knew exactly what happened,
yes,
and that some of them were
exactly
empowered and were not saying.
Exactly.
That was that is certainly the case. I believe Robert as well, because it made no sense whatsoever.
And we're about to show the
it
picture.
reminds me a lot of the Kendrick.
And we're about to show the picture in just a second because we need to see this, guys. We need to see it. Emmett Till's mother was the strongest woman I've ever seen ever. When I read about her, even the documentary they have on Hulu about her now. Go and watch that documentary. She's the strongest woman ever. When they did what they did to her child, she said, listen, we're not, the funeral director said, ma'am, please have a closed casket. No, she said, no, we're not going to have a closed casket. You know why we're not going to have a closed casket? Because I want the world to see the evil that exists in this country that people don't think exists. And I'm going to share what Roland shared today, right? I'm going to share what he shared about this case. And right now, this case was a year ago. There are no arrests. This woman's not in jail, right? In the Walter Hutchins case we talked about earlier, he's not, those four white men that walked up on this black man and shot him, they're not in jail. Christina Nance, when they found her in the back of the police van, nobody's locked up, nobody's investigating. They said they don't even have nothing. They won't release the footage of this woman or nothing. Getting into the van or nothing. What does that tell you? Let's get back to the video.
Kendra Johnson case here in Georgia, where the community is demanding justice, they're demanding outside prosecution, they're demanding investigation, and we have this good old boy system of police officers and prosecutors, which makes it very difficult to find justice, particularly in small towns in America, without the ability to bring national attention to the case. As I often do, I like to substitute our young black victim in this case for our fictional young white woman named Lily White, who's the same age, wearing a Girl Scout uniform or cheerleading uniform.
Fair use.
Depending on the situation, what would the national response be if that was Lily White who was missing? Would the police just say she's probably at a football game and put no more thought into it? Would there be no more national press attention on it? No, we know exactly what would have happened. Nancy Grace would have been down there. Anderson Cooper would be there. They would have helicopters, 24-hour coverage until they found out what happened. We have to do the same. This is why black media is so important. It's why black.
I didn't even know he was going to say that because I didn't even watch him. I didn't watch his commentary. That's why what? Black media is so important. That's why I'm here. I don't care. Guys, hit the subscribe button right now. I need you. Hit the like button. I need you. We said it every week. We said it every day, right? This is why this is important. We can sit and talk about world news. We can sit and talk about Brad Pitt. We can sit and talk about the damn Price is Right. I don't give a damn about none of that. We have black kids that are missing. We have oppressive racism in this country. We have things that are going on in this country that are not fair for black people. We have the voting laws changing where black people cannot vote. We're going to talk about it, guys. We're going to talk about getting our shit together, but we're going to talk about them getting their shit together. We got to have the conversations, guys. We got to have the conversations. We got to be able to talk about these things or they're going to get swept under the rug because half of you watching right now did not know about Quawan Bobby Charles, the 15-year-old boy that came up missing. A white couple took him, and the white couple at home right now eating juju beans and watching as the world turns, and nobody's arrested for this young man's murder. They're getting away with murder. Walter Hutchins, Houston, shot by four bounty hunters. No arrest. Christina Nance, we talked about today, found in the back of a van at the police station in a police van. No arrest made. Quawan Bobby Charles, 15 years old, walking down the street. No arrest made. The police told the mama, your son may be at a football game or maybe be with a little girl or something. He'll be fine. And they find him 3 days later, face down in a sugarcane field in Louisiana. I'm from Louisiana. Them damn sugarcane fields are full of snakes and mud and mush. Let's continue, guys. I'm sorry. I'm going on a rant here because you guys, I'm passionate about this because this is the kind of stuff we need to cover. Yes, cover relationships, love, hate, whatever. But we also got to cover these things. And ain't nobody doing this but me. And I'm going to continue. Let's watch it.
Organizations are so important because the only way to shine that bright light on subjects is to have people who care about it. And sunlight is the ultimate antiseptic, and the more we pay attention to this case, the more likely justice is to be served.
And again, when we talk about Mustafa, what is so strange about this? And again, so folks, this is the warning. So please turn away if you like. On the left is Bobby Charles. On the right is how he was discovered. Teeth missing, knocked out. I'm sorry, folks. That is shades of Emmett Till.
Fair use.
Clearly nefarious happened here. And this boy and his family have not gotten justice, Mustafa.
Yeah, first thing I thought of when I saw it was Emmett Till. You know, this just speaks to the disparities that we have in relationship with law enforcement. You know, everybody watches the first 48 and they understand, you know, that
justice, Mustafa.
This is what we're faced with, guys. Yeah, I know. Put that down. I can't bear that. Oh, I can't see it. I don't want to see that.
Yeah, first.
I don't want to see it. Look, this is what they did to a 15-year-old boy. Look at it. His teeth are missing. His jaw was broken. His eye socket was. Look what they did to this man. This young man that will not live to have his first wife, his first child, his college experience. He will not be able to walk the neighborhood no more. He will not be able to say, "I love you, mama." He will not be able to look at him. Look at him.
First thing I thought of when I saw it was Emmett Till. This just speaks
The
to the
same thing happened to Emmett Till. I just lost 8 people off of this. I just lost 8 people. I just lost 8 people by showing that picture. I just seen 8 people leave the live because of that. Because we're not willing to face the issues in our community, and this is one of them. This is one of them. Somebody's asking me for the link. I'm going to say, listen. You need the link for, if you're still watching. Do you need the link for to watch it on YouTube? You need the link to come up, because I'm about to bring some people up to discuss this. We're about to discuss it. I'm gonna put the link in a minute, and we're gonna discuss it. I'll have some people come up. We're gonna have a discussion, right? Because it's gonna be a 2-hour show, right? Around 2 hours today, and so we're gonna discuss it at the 1:58 mark. We're gonna shut the show down, because I need this show to be replayed, right? And they won't allow me to replay it after 2. So we're going to do around 2 hours, around an hour, 58 minutes today. And we're going to discuss this after I get to this last story. After I get to this last story, this is really going to blow your mind when you see this one. All right. Hold on 1 second. People are texting me about this link. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just trying to get these people. Somebody's texting me. Let's see. All right, here we go. I'll send them the link, guys. I'm sending them the link. Okay, so thank you for still being here, royally unique. Thank you, Hakeem. Thank you, Army WHYH. Thank you for being here, Jenny. Thank you for putting that in there. If you want to watch the Emmett Till movie about how strong his mother was, the name of that movie is called Watch Let the World See. Watch Let the World See series on Hulu. So if you have Hulu, please go and watch that on Hulu. Please go watch that on Hulu, guys. Right now, you guys see that they have not arrested these individuals. They have not. Right. All right. Now that's that story. Mm-hmm. Quaywan. If you want to see the guys, I'm gonna give you the 3 names we've gone over so far. Walter Hutchins, Christina Nance, and then we have Quaywan Bobby Charles. I just added him to the list. I'm gonna say it one more time. Say their names. Say their names, whisper a prayer to their families, because these people will not be returning to their children. They will not be returning to their mother. They will not be returning to their families, to their husbands, to their wives. They will not be, because they were deleted by evil, sinister people that have not even been served justice. Walter Hutchins shot by bounty hunters for no damn reason, for a botched warrant that wasn't even just solidified. Christina Nance found in the back of a damn police van in Alabama. And nobody knows how she got there, and she was in there for 12 days. Quaywan Bobby Charles, 15-year-old kid walking home, got picked up by a white couple, and 3 days later, he was found face down in the sugarcane field. It's ridiculous. Mandriel, send me your email. Send me your email. I'm about to drop the link. In a second. Guys, if you want to support Black media, my Cash App is $blackmanunfiltered. If you want to send $1, $2.50, whatever. Everything that you send me, I put it toward this channel. I put it toward the background. I put it toward microphones. I put it toward my system here. I put it toward better sound. I put it toward better lighting in here. I put it toward being able to buy more equipment to go out into the world and sit down and have conversations with other people. Everything that you give, I use for this only. I ain't out trying to buy a damn Ferrari. I'm out trying to better Black media so we can have a voice in these streets that's unfiltered. That's unfiltered. So anything you want to send it. If you can't send $1, if you don't have $1, hit that subscribe sign or go in your phone for free. And because your texting is free now, not like it used to be back in the day, I remember. But go in your phone and find 5 people. Don't send a group message. We'll find 5 people, individual people. Send them my link and say, girl, go, boy, dude, go and subscribe to this. And that will be enough. So let's get back to this. The last story I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna bring some people up here, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna have a little panel up here in a second. All right, Mandrell. While this video is going, I'm gonna send you an email. Okay, give me just a second, sir.
Understand, that the folks.
All right. The last but not least, does anybody know who this young man is? Let me go ahead and bring him up. Oh, Lord have mercy. These things right here burn. I'm telling you, these cases burn me up. There's no reason for me to lie. I'm sorry. This burns me up. All right. So here we go. Anybody know this young man? Let me zoom in a little bit. Let me zoom in just a little bit more here. There we go. There he is, handsome young man. Let me get myself out of this picture. I'm gonna blow him up. I'm gonna go down. Does anybody know who this young man is? Put a 1 in the chat. Does anybody know? If you're just getting here, thank you, Kimberly, for being here. Thank you for your comments. They're appreciated. Please hit that subscribe button for me, and hit that like button for me. That will be greatly appreciated from you, so I can continue to bring you this content for you and your family and everyone you love as well. And make sure you share it with your loved ones. So thank you for being here. Nobody knows. So put a 1 in the chat. We're not going to do 1 and 2s, but just put a 1 in the chat if you do not know who this is. If you do not know who this is, put a 1 in the chat. Go ahead. Stephen Day said he does not know who this is. Kimberly, do you know? Jenny says she does not know. Canadian-born Nigerian said he does not know. M. Mills says she does not know. This is okay. Jamal Williams said he does not know who this young man is. Yes. Okay, Kimberly. There you go. All right. This young man, his name is Kendrick Johnson. Say his name, guys. Whisper it right now. His name is Kendrick Johnson. Kendrick Johnson. And I'm going to play they have a documentary out right now called Finding Kendrick Johnson. Finding Kendrick Johnson. And I'm going to play watch this. I got everything pulled up here, guys. Watch this for me. Let's see. Where is it at? Here we go. I want you guys to see this. I want you guys to see this I want you guys, no. I don't want to, nope, not this one yet. I want you guys to see, let's see, Finding Kid. There we go. I want you guys to see this 1 minute and 31 second. Fair use. Let me go ahead and put that back up there because I want to hear YouTube's mouth. Fair use. But I want you guys to see this. Hold on. There's a documentary. There's a documentary for him called Finding Kendrick Johnson. And I'm going to bring him up. Hold on a second. I want you guys to see this, and I'll play the other video that's going to blow your mind. Here we go.
I can't do this. I can't.
Fair use for informational purposes only. Fair use. Fair use.
Where's your emergency? Yes, I'm calling my son. Had come home from school. Kendrick Johnson.
She said, have you heard from Kendrick? 12 o'clock, I knew he was dead.
The body had been moved. The scene, in my opinion, had been compromised.
When they said he climbed inside the bed to get the shoes hurting, that was a lie.
We opened the body in this particular case. The organs were not there. Paper had been stuffed into the cavity to fill it up.
Body parts are missing. Evidence is missing.
And we tested it, and it was blood. And we did DNA testing, and it was not the blood of Kendrick Johnson.
If it wasn't Kendrick blood, Who blood was it?
The parents hired their own medical examiner who said this was a killing.
An FBI agent's home was raided last month in connection with the investigation into the death of a Valdosta teenager.
Supporters for Kendrick's family are calling for a Department of Justice investigation. The Johnsons and their supporters now hope the FBI will get an answer to what happened to Kendrick Johnson.
All along, we know it was bullshit. We know it was bullshit.
If KJ had been white, we wouldn't have had to make this film.
Guys, in the chat, what do you think? So the Kendrick Johnson, let me pull this picture back up here. Kendrick Johnson was he was a young man who they say they found in a gym mat. He's 6 foot tall. The gym mat is 5 foot tall. They found him rolled up in a gym mat. How's that even possible? He was rolled up in a gym mat. They say he suffocated in the gym mat. But they found head trauma. They found blunt force trauma. And then when they took him to the coroner's office, and they took him to the coroner's office and then to the funeral home, upon re-examining him, because the family wanted their own independent autopsy, they found sales paper, newspaper stuffed in his body, and all of his organs were gone. All of his organs were gone. I want to get deeper. I'm going to show you just a little bit of this. I'm going to show you just a little bit of this, and then I'm going to get somebody on the line. I'm going to get you guys to come in. Let me go ahead and put the link in here so we can go ahead and get you guys in here. Hold on a second. Here we go. All right, Jenny, if you want to fancy that link up, you can. If you want to fancy that link up, Jenny, you absolutely 100% can do that for me. I appreciate you. But that's the link to come in right there. You can go ahead and start coming in right now. But I want to go ahead and show this. Let me go back. Because there was a newscast on this. And fair use for informational purposes only. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. So we can talk about this and move forward from this. 1 second. Here we go. Fair use for informational purposes only. Fair use for informational purposes only. Here we go.
It's the second time Jacqueline Johnson cried next to her son Kendrick's grave. The first time he was being lowered into the ground. This time he's being pulled out of it.
Did you ever expect you'd have to exhume his body?
No, I didn't expect to have to bury his body.
In June, Kendrick's body was sent to Florida. The Johnsons hired Dr. Bill Anderson to conduct an independent second autopsy. In that autopsy, Anderson told the Johnsons he found evidence that Kendrick died as the result of a blow to the neck and not accidental asphyxia, after slipping into a rolled gym mat at school, as investigators in Georgia had said. But what Dr. Anderson did not find shocked them.
When we got the body for the second autopsy, that organs, the heart, lungs, liver, etc., were not with the body.
The brain?
Brain, they were all absent.
Every organ from the top of Kendrick's head to his pelvis gone, and his family had no idea.
We have been
I don't want to ruin it for you guys. Please go to Hulu and watch Finding Kendrick Johnson. And they're going to break it down so strategically that they know who did it. And when they find out who did it, the man and the people that are responsible for this cannot be touched. They're living their lives. They're living in their success. Jesus Christ. If you want to come up and you want to say something, please do. I'm about to have the conversation. I'm about to start bringing people up. I just emailed you. OG Patrice just popped in. Um, and then I'm waiting on Mandrell to get here as well. I just emailed you, Mandrell, so you should have it in a few seconds, my guy. But I want to bring up my guy first. I know we play a lot, but there's Mandrell as well. Okay, here we go. Let me bring up my panelists here. Canadian Born is here. How you doing, Canadian?
Oh boy, you didn't have to remind me about this case because the first time I saw this case, I think it was 2 years ago. My wife saw it. It was on CNN. I went to Walmart and
Right,
Unfiltered to
right.
see all
Hold on one
detail.
second. Let me bring everybody up first. 1 second. Then we got OG Patrice in the building. We also have Mandrell in the building. OG Patrice, I wanted to see how she's doing first. OG, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good to see you. I knew you would come in on this one as well. Mandrell, how are you?
I'm fine.
Good,
What are y'all
good.
moaning about?
Absolutely. Good to see you too, brother. That's my brother, y'all. All right. So we'll start with you, Canadian born Nigerian, Black David. Like, what are your thoughts on what you've seen so far today?
Man, when I seen that one, go back remember because when we first saw this, they had a short report of that case on CNN with pissing me off. I went to Walter Martin immediately after before he started, and he put it in detail what did make no damn sense. And me hearing it, and he had the police operated. The first thing came to mind is like, why be in a country that want to murder you and harvest your organ and act like nobody cares about you? Like, are you serious? My wife had to turn her face away from that to hear that. Me, I was boiling like, that was my son. And but it's not serve justice. Okay, we do our own way, African style. We will serve our own kind of justice. We're not playing this game. And this is not the first time this has been going on. And
Yeah,
Walter Martin have been on top of this case for a good while. And
that is yeah, that
this
is
one of the
correct.
many cases that this man will come on his own network and let black people know that this is why I'm doing it for a reason. And you showing it again is like open up a new shock because real talk, I come on this panel to talk about real issue, real situation that's affecting our community that we need to find a way to resolve these issues. I'm not here for clickbait or to get like whatsoever because if we're not serious about ourselves as a people, then you're wasting your goddamn time, period. For a black man on Twitter to show 3 to 4 cases that been followed up down to the T by our own black owned news media, William Martin on filter, and he trying to keep us informed. And we got these jokers talk about, oh, William Martin is a puppet master for what? Like,
Right.
are you that
And
stupid?
and again, I appreciate that. And OG, you still with me?
She said she'll be right back.
Yes,
Okay.
they are that stupid.
This bothered me because I watched the guy for 3 years and a lot 80 to 90% of the guy knew that he report does not show up on CNN. It does not show up on local news. It does not show up on MSNBC. And you got jackasses outside. And guess what? Water don't censor nobody. He let people talk their trash. But
Right.
this man is keeping us informed of what's really going on within our own black community. And we got idiotic baboons. Yet I call you guys baboons. If you say, what am I doing 94? What are you doing?
Right.
If you ain't doing jack, shut the hell up. I
It,
said it.
exactly. And so OG Patrice, thank you for that, Black David. OG Patrice, I mean, what are your thoughts on these 4 cases? Walter Hutchins, Christina Nance, Kendrick Johnson, Bobby, the little Bobby, 15-year-old Bobby, mostly Kendrick Johnson as well, because his family had him brought up out the grave, and he had no organs, heart missing, lungs missing, kidneys missing, his brain was gone. I mean, what are your thoughts on everything that we discussed today, OG?
Um, Always absolutely appalled and disgusted by all of the tragedies that happens to young black boys and girls in the United States of America. And people don't think that racism, people don't think that um, targeting of black boys and girls for organ harvesting and things of that nature is still that exist. Trafficking of black boys and girls. I knew about 3 of the 4 cases. The only one I did not know about is the first one, the Hutchison guy that you just did, the one that you did first.
Yeah,
Didn't know
in
about
Houston.
him.
Yeah, he was in Houston. Yeah. Mhm.
How long ago was this case?
Last week.
Oh wow. Okay. I hadn't heard. And I watched TYT. I watch the Young Turks. That's that channel.
Absolutely. Yeah,
I
yeah,
love
yeah.
that channel.
Absolutely.
And so I knew about the other 3. Um the Kendrick case has been ongoing for years, and there's a lot of speculation surrounding his death because the boys that are involved are Caucasian boys whose father is an FBI or was with the FBI. So that they believe that there's some cover up and some protection there
Right.
for the 2 brothers that that obviously had fights with Kendrick before, and they claimed that they had made up or whatever. But to be found stuffed in a gym mat, and they want to say that he went in there to get a shoe, and just the mysterious way that his body was even found in the mat. If you can stuff yourself in a mat, you can wiggle your way out of a mat. So that just didn't even make sense on a physical level,
Right.
seeing that he was young and athletic.
Right. Did you
But
see that? Did you see the
the
documentary, OG?
I did. I saw
Did
the
you see
document.
how those boys said they never even was around him, and they got all this?
And the cameras, yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
The cameras showing them going in the directions of the gym, which was the way that Kendrick was seen going in, yes. And then they were
Yes.
seen coming out, yes. Yeah. But
But then
again,
the cameras showed at 1 o'clock, from 1 o'clock to 2:45, the camera went dead.
mhm,
The camera comes back on at 2:45. An hour and 45 minutes later, all of a sudden it starts back working.
correct. And
Come on.
then like I said, the brothers are highly protected because of their dad
Mhm.
being a FBI agent. That case, and then to have to exhume his body again and to find that his organs was missing and he was stuffed with newspaper was absolutely disgusting. Um, and the young man, the 15-year-old boy, that case definitely reminded me so much of Emmett Till because
Yep.
of the state of his body and how his face was so badly disfigured. And that there's no way that that could be of natural causes.
No.
And the couple, again, you're right, the couple that picked him up was that he was seen getting in a car with, he was last seen with, and then to be found all of a sudden deleted, and this couple has not been investigated properly, if you
Mm-mm.
will.
Nope.
Um, yeah, and these things just go on, for long periods of times. They get to live their lives and be free for so long. There's always cover-ups with small towns like that because everybody knows everybody, and the police know the judge, that know the chief, that knows, certain families that protects people
Exactly.
all the time. We see it all the time. And especially if you're in southern states, um, I know states like Texas, Alabama, Tennessee, Mississippi, a lot of those southern states are still very, very racist. I believe, does Texas still fly the Confederate flag
Oh, absolutely.
in certain places?
Absolutely.
And there are still sundown places. I'm from Chicago, Illinois, and there's still certain sundown places in the southern states of
Yeah,
Illinois. Just like
absolutely.
what happened with the young man. I don't know if you ever did Jelani Day. Did you ever do his case?
No.
Jela- Jelani Day. Yeah, so this is more of the same. And then with the young man, the Hutchison guy in Texas, that is no more than your modern day slave patrol. Hunt them down when they
Exactly.
running and delete them. And I'm so glad you educated our people on where the slave patrol originated from,
Exactly.
where they would have that the one or two black slaves go with them to chase after the slaves that was trying to escape. And if they couldn't bring them back alive, they will bring them back deceased for all the world to see. Look, this is what happens when you try to run away. The patrol later became the police patrol, which when black police were allowed to finally be on the police department, they wasn't even allowed to have guns. I
Right.
don't know if people even knew that. Like
Exactly.
and you were only allowed to patrol your neighborhoods. You wasn't allowed to arrest anybody that was Caucasian if you were black on the police department. I don't know if people know all this history, but I'm a history buff.
Me too.
And this is why it's so important
Yeah.
to know your history so you can know where things originated from, so you can see that it's more not an overt systemic racism, but a covert systemic racism going on now. It's just a different form. It's the same thing, but it's just in a different style and a different form. So I thank you because you always educating and informing those that have ears that want to hear. You're
Exactly.
always doing that. So thank you so much for that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so Mandre, let me get you in here. Thank you, OG Patrice, for that. I'm gonna address some of the stuff you said too, because man, I'm gonna add on to some of the stuff you said. But Mandrell, after seeing all these cases, man, you said in the comments, I live in Alabama and I did not know about Christina Nance being in a police van. OG Patrice, real quick, Mandrell. OG, how do you feel, OG Patrice, about that? She's
I
in a
forgot to
van.
even mention hers. Yeah, I knew about that case.
She's
Yeah.
in a van. She's in a police van
Yeah.
and that they use for transport. And she's been in there for 12 days and everybody avoided that van for 12 days. That's an inside job. Somebody did that to
Of
her.
course. And then they probably was arresting her for some nonviolent crime, possibly. And something happened in that van. And
Exactly.
and she, and
Nothing
she was
happened in
just
that van.
and she was just left there. And
Yep.
and
No,
and and
well, she
for
was
it to
left there.
be and for it to be or either something happened to her somewhere else and she was brought there.
Yep.
Either way, it's suspicious because why is it all the time that the cameras seem to conveniently or inconveniently not be working during certain times? This is
Exactly.
this is a police department and your camera's not working.
Exactly.
Come on.
Budget cuts.
Yep.
OG.
Mandrell, what do you have?
Hey, come on, man. Nothing happened to that girl in that van. That was done elsewhere. She was put in the van. They left the van at the precinct and called someone else to come up and take the van somewhere else at a certain time. And that guy dropped the ball. That's exactly what happened. That's why she's still in that parking lot 12 days later. Somebody fucked up. But her crime, whatever happened to her, it didn't happen in that van. You know.
Wow.
That's what. Now that one is peculiar because here, even on local news, I didn't hear anything about that. You
Wow.
know? And I joke around a lot, and I do it not only to make light of the situation, to keep from getting pissed off, and stuff like this all the time. Some people, it depresses them out. It doesn't depress me. I accept it as a part of life, and it's not something that's going to change overnight. Not going to change anytime soon, unfortunately. But to see this kind of thing happen and no one and things like this incite riots, and riots are the last thing we need. I understand people are furious, and you should be. But my thing is, if they're going to attack anyone, go after the police precincts. Go after City Hall. If you're going to raid if you're going to riot anything, burn all that shit down. then you'll have their attention. Don't go blowing up stores and stuff like that. You get their attention when you hit them in the pockets or you smack mud in their face. That's what you have to do. It has to be targeted, and in order for that to happen, we have to be organized, and we're not. So that's just one of the many reasons they're not worried about us. We're not organized.
Exactly.
And
this is why I believe in defunding.
Well, here's the thing about defunding the police.
But let me finish it out first.
Go ahead.
I say defund, rebuild, because I don't even believe in police reform no more. They've reformed several times over the years, and that never works. So defund, rebuild. A lot of these police departments in these cities, like especially big states like Illinois, New York, California, they have millions and sometimes even billions of dollars in their funding. A lot of the money is just sitting there. Okay, they take out for uniform, different things, equipment and stuff, but put some of the funds back into the communities.
Here's the thing
to help with that, and when you have police officers that have been have multiple reprimands on their records and nothing is happening to them, and then they finally delete someone suspiciously, the same way the Chauvin guy had. These guys should have been dealt with long before the George Floyd situation happens. But this is what happens with the blue code of silence and the protection from the fraternal orders. So I say defund, rebuild, and when guys like that have multiple, decertify them, because when things happen, they allowed to still remain to have their job and go somewhere else and work. So if you decertificate them, they cannot do this, and then end qualified immunity. I'm for it.
Well, here's the
But
thing.
I know they're
Along with
protected by
qualified
the
immunity,
fraternal. But
they
I'm
are.
just saying, it's drastic measures are gonna have to be done in order for things like this to cease. Because they just study reforming and nothing is happening but the same thing with the reform. So I don't believe in the police reform no more.
And the thing
And
is,
and
more and
to
more
me,
people are
there's no
like
more
you.
good cops, because bad cops, when the good cops know that they're doing bad, with them when they're doing bad, and they say nothing, you're complicit. So you're no longer a good cop. You're complicit to what you know is going on.
Facts.
Yep. And the thing is, along with qualified immunity, that needs to go is there's a law called civil forfeiture, which is basically just legalized stealing. Like if you're driving with your, say you, if for those of you who don't know what that is, say you're driving down the street, right? The cop pulls you over for whatever reason, doesn't have to have one really, and then he sees that you have say $200 in your glove compartment or underneath your floor mat or something like that. He can just take that and under civil forfeiture, and it's unlimited. No matter how much money they find on you, they can take all of it at one time and confiscate it and send it to the precinct. And it's damn near impossible to get it back. Like the road and the process to get your money, your funds back, or your possessions back is so arduous and strenuous. It's almost impossible to get it back. So it's just legalized stealing. They can just shake you down whenever they like. So along with qualified immunity, that needs to go as well. But more importantly, these kind of things, the reason why you see me have such a nonchalant reaction to this, Black Man Unfiltered and everyone else, is because this is something I've accepted it. It's going to happen. And it's normal. It's normal. No matter how many people see that photo of that young man who's been beaten to death, or hear the story of that other young man who was rolled up into a tube, and all his organs are missing. Now, come on. Now, all his organs are missing. That's something different. They're probably selling his organs on the black market. That's probably what that is. You know what I mean? More than likely. And that's just their way of disposing of the body. But the bottom line is, of course, black people, we're easy targets. And we're seen as complainers when we bring this to light. So by and large, nothing's going to happen unless we get our own people in positions of politics, get more people inside the police departments, people who are like-minded. They have to be, because you can't get someone who's not like-minded just because he's black Because oftentimes those black cops are worse than the white ones. If we're keeping it real.
Yeah, all skin folk ain't your kinfolk.
Yep.
Right, because I can get pulled over by a white cop. I may or may not skate away with a warning. But if I get pulled over by a black cop, I'm getting that ticket. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a lot more politics involved than just what meets the eye.
Hold on one second, Eso, real quick. So Jamal, because Jamal came in first. Jamal, what do you think about everything that you've seen so far since you've been here? I mean, since you've been watching.
Hi everybody. Black Man Unfiltered, OG Patrice, Canadian born, hopeful, Mandrell. Good to see you again, Mandrell.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good morning. All right, so I might have to break up the echo chamber a little bit with a criticism, not a disagreement necessarily.
Okay.
I do appreciate you though, Black Man Unfiltered, for all of these things that you're bringing to light. These are stories that I haven't heard of. I think they are important to be talked about. I think people should know about them, and so I just want to give you that appreciation first before I give you criticism. Yeah. So I think my small criticism is more about I guess it's a criticism and mental exercise. I don't think every nefarious or devious thing done involving white and black faces necessarily involve racism. And sometimes I think there's evil in the world, and those things can cross over, but they don't necessarily have to link together, right? I mean, racism and evil. And so it's like Mandrell was saying. I think that kind of thought can sometimes be dangerous because, like he was saying, they can incite not racism, but riots, and a lot of damage can happen, especially or even mentally within people. Because sometimes listening to these things, I do start to get triggered in that way, and and I'm sure people go to the grocery store and look at their white neighbors a little different after seeing the picture of the kid that looks pretty horrible. You probably do get in your emotions a bit and start looking a little different. So that was my criticism, that these things are horrible, but I don't think we should necessarily put the tag of racism on them off drop.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for that, man. And thank you for being here, Jamal.
No problem,
and thank you for always being supportive. I always see you in the chat, man. So thank you for being supportive.
Can I ask a question
Jamal,
right
just
quick?
one quick.
OG got a question.
OG has, okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, OG.
I just want to ask, for a lot of things that we know have happened, in past, and I believe in present too, to black and brown men and women. Isn't it funny and the blatant disrespect, the blatant disregard that we get in America when other races so quickly can come and get their laws passed, but we've been asking for Emmett Till for years, and it's been happening more to us than any other.
That's because they're
race.
organized. That's because the other races are organized.
And my
It's
point
about
is,
status, actually.
I think it's status, class, because money and organization. I think it's a combination of all of those, because we're the weakest link, because we are not united, because we do have people that literally say, as long as it's not happening to me or my family, I ain't gonna worry about it. So why should I go and sign a petition? Why should I go and, go down to Congress? Why should I, sign for this law, to be passed? Why should I take 5 minutes to sign a signature? Some
Or
people
even
just
go
do that.
vote. Or even go
Yeah,
vote. People
yeah,
make excuses not to vote all the
exactly.
time.
Make
Like,
excuses not. Yeah.
I mean, personally, I don't care who you vote for. For me, I don't care who you vote for. Just vote. Too much blood has been spilled over it for you not to.
Yeah, and then when it happens to someone in your family, then you want all the marches and protests and hell freezes over to happen. So we should not wait until these things happen. because we know they're happening to us, and we know they're going to continue to happen.
And then again, and
But
the thing
we're
is,
the weakest
OG,
link.
yeah,
Yeah,
and at
so
the
I
same
got,
time, OG, they're not even when something happens. If you notice, they don't do anything about it. Like Joe
Because it's
Biden
only a
promised us,
civil issue.
right? See,
It's
Joe
not a
Biden
human
promised
rights
us,
issue.
yeah, Joe Biden promised us police reform and among other things. But instead of police reform, we got a statue of George Floyd in Juneteenth as a holiday,
right,
in lieu of police
yeah, they
reform.
give us tokenism.
Joe
Yeah,
Biden
it's
is
still
the
token.
president.
It's still token stuff. You know what I mean? And
Corporation.
you're right. And until we have to have at least one unified, organized organization. I know you're a member of ADOS, and I'm gonna especially this weekend when I have because I have this weekend I actually have time. I am gonna go to your website and check it out and do my reading, and see what's what there. And after the fact, I'd like to have a conversation with you on because I'm gonna have ideas on how you guys can expand and things like that, and
And that'd be awesome, Mandrill,
whatever
because we
other
do have
avenues to tackle.
we have criminal justice under there as well, so you'll see it. We cover everything that has been the oppression of us as a people. It covers everything from incarceration, police reform, immigration, voting right. Like, it covers a wealth of that. So yeah, definitely do that and
Gotcha.
reach out.
I will. And so the situation with the bounty hunters. Here's the thing with that Black Man Unfiltered. Um, because of my work history, I've been recruited for all manner of work. And bounty hunt being being a bounty hunter for Bill's bondsman was one of them. And looking into it, they do have license to shoot people if they feel their life is in danger or if they feel that it's necessary. That level of force is necessary. There's not much difference between them and a cop. If you look at the big picture, looking at the big picture, there's not much difference between a bounty hunter who works for a bail bondsman and a cop. Now, the smart play would be to open up your own bail bondsman shop and hire bounty hunters and be a bounty hunter yourself. That's where the real money is, and that's what a lot of these companies do. So when it comes down to that, that's why the investigation is going so slow. They have license and credence to do things like that if they deem it necessary, and the cops are going to back them up. They have the support of law enforcement agencies.
Shout out to y'all in the chat. I was going to say, I mean, I get what you're saying, and it's a lot of that's what I'm saying. It's a prima facie. What happens is we have two different systems, right? And we have the legal, and then we have lawful. Something that is legal may be also unlawful, but something that is unlawful is going to be illegal. And so we'll have the president of the corporation, the United States of America, all capital letters, and then you have the United States of America, the states that make up the North America. You get what I'm saying? And so once we have these breakdowns and we have all these issues that we have, and that's just on paper. And so on paper, it's, you black, that means, it's a civil issue. It's not a human rights violation. It's not something that they would have to answer for with the UN or NATO or anything like that. Most of the times, what you'll say is bounty hunters and lock them up. And what happens is, yeah, you can do that, but you got to realize why we're not getting deported back to Africa, because this is our land already, right? So if we come together under some label, and that label takes us outside of the human family, you can do that for however many years. You can protest and you can march, all that, and they'll make up whatever type of we need more what is it? We need to be able to march and protest, and we need to be okay, sure. Let's clear this area for them to be able to walk and talk or whatever and yell, right? But what is that doing for you? The reason those riots do so much is, like you said, once you start costing them, once it is something that is going to go against their system. What's up, Ina? It's going to be where they're going to make a change, where they're going to have to come up with something different for the human beings of the planet, not just for the coloreds. The coloreds, okay,
keep
y'all
in
can
mind,
mess up whatever in your neighborhood, and they're not going to trip.
And keep in mind with that,
their
regarding that,
neighborhoods.
yeah, certain people profit every time there's a riot. People profit from that.
Exactly.
Okay, that's why a lot of those businesses that get burned down during those riots, they don't come back, or they come back as something completely different. So if a riot breaks out, you got fire insurance, and here's the thing: they commission contractors to lay out stuff along the street, along the way, in the area of where the riots are most probable to happen, and they hire people from other states to come to the place where the riot's going to come. They come in and they start it because most
They get paid off for all of that,
people
sir.
are sheep.
From when you're born,
and most people are sheep. Yeah, most people are sheep, and they're gonna follow. So the second someone starts a riot,
you're paying
everyone
rent in
follows,
the earth.
and people get, right. And the thing is, once you burn it down, they offer you $100,000 insurance check where they make millions off the land later on down the line. So riots are an investment for them. There are people who profit like that, and that's why I'm saying if rioting is what you're gonna do, go for City Hall, go for the police stations, hit them in the face throw mud in their face. You have to, because doing it to your own neighborhoods and stores and stuff like that, that's doing nothing.
All those places are insured.
Yeah, they're insured, but your point has been proven. You've actually made them pay attention to you now. You like that. You do that, they're gonna be like, oh shit, they're not playing anymore. They came right after City Hall. They came right after the police station. This is different.
City Hall is not the building; it's the paperwork.
It is, but my thing is, if you want to make a statement,
yeah, Esau, I hear what
you're
saying, Esau. I hear what you're saying, but the same thing goes for the state capitol on January the 6th. It's not the building; it's the paperwork. But they went in there, and those people. Let me tell you something. January the 6th, that was organization. That was, we're going to go here. We want what we want. And we're going to go in this building and we're going to take over this building. And you had white men standing on the chairs of senators and congressmen with their rebel flags, talking about they were fin to sexually assault the damn speaker of the house. They were about to go in and burn down the chambers. They were throwing chairs. They were going through the paperwork, reading classified information on paperwork. Those people were.
Have you seen the punishments they're getting?
No, and here's the thing.
Nothing.
They still, and keep in mind, here's my point. They still talk about that assault on the Capitol on January 6th, but no one's talking about the riot after George Floyd. No one's talking about the Rodney King riots. No one's talking about the riots that we incite because we made no point. You've made no statement.
Mandrell, you cooking, because that's right, because they hit them where it hurt. Mandrell got a point. They hit them where they hurt. When they see 12,000 black people coming down the street, coming to the Capitol building, or going to the mayor's office, or going to the police stations, and they're targeting those places. That hurts you, brother.
Yeah, and keep in mind, I'm not for riots, but I'm saying if that's what you're going to do. It should be targeted specifically.
Let me be logical here. Let me be tactical here. When a January 6th happened, people need to understand those buildings are federal buildings, not state building, not local building, federal building. When you're dealing with federal building, you're dealing with the federal government. That's why it's a big deal, number one. A lot of these people have been sentenced to prison. Some was 4 years, some was 6 years, some was even much longer than what it is. And they're still being investigated. They want to know what you did, what you do, what connection you have. They go into multiple video footage. And when black people do their so-called rioting, hitting stores, hitting business, you're not getting their attention at all. Let's put Seattle, for example. They burned out the police station. Yes, it was a big deal. Yes, they were talking about it. Yes, they were questioning the police chief. Why do you abandon the building? Why you didn't protect the building? Yes, that's what our problem is. That's number two. Number three, as black people, our problem is we are not organized. All these cases that Rollerman have been reporting for the past 2 years, which is shocking that that one in Alabama was not on the local news, is the reason why we need black-owned media. Mandra live in Alabama. Let that thing sink in. We have local news station. They didn't even report it, but it popped up on Rolling Martin Unfiltered. Explain why. This is what I've been trying to say for the longest, because my uncle was a journalist, and I see what happened when he was a journalist in a country whereby we had dictatorship. When you report the truth and they try to suppress you and you follow out the oath you took as a journalist, it's the big deal. There are so many cases one of mine have been reported that doesn't pop up on local news or nor the mainstream media. They didn't want to keep it hush because they don't care about us. So why is this happening? A woman in a van for what, 15 days? Every police station had video cameras. They're on 24/7. I mean, I did security also as well. There's no way you can enter a police station and not get caught on the camera without being monitored what the heck is going on. So how in 15 days passed by and there's no video footage of what happened to that woman? That tells you what's going on. Mandra used to be in special forces. That's a higher level in the federal government. I mean, he knows what he's talking about. So when he gives this insight, you gotta let that thing sink in. And these politicians, I've been saying it for the past 10 to 20 years. When you don't use your voting power and vote for the people who have your best interest at heart, stop voting for people that make you feel good, which is very, very retarded and stupid. Other ethnic groups are grooming their own people to go into office to fight for them. We don't do that. I will say it again, nice and slow so you can understand. Other ethnic groups groom certain people to get into certain office to fight for their own agenda. This is why certain laws are being passed for them and not for us. When
Exactly.
you don't groom those people either to be DA, either to be judge, either to be the mayor, either to be state senator, either to be senator representative, when you don't groom your own to fight for your own agenda, what do you think is going to happen? I'm being
Right.
tactical here. This is how government work.
Exactly.
If
And
you sit at home and say, I'm not going to vote, what you're saying is, Lord forgive me, you're allowed to be raped from the front and the back and you should not complain about it. So don't open your big ass, good for nothing, retarded, turkey eating, octa eating mouth.
damn.
Yes, I am going in African style and complain, oh, they don't do this for us. Oh, you don't do that for us. But you didn't carry your big fat ass drinking Gatorade, drinking the 40 ounce, whatever, line up, make a vote for the right person to fight for your own freaking agenda. But yet you want to come on social media and say, oh, that's what, man, you must be retarded. What they need to do
That's
is
some
come to your
wild
house with a
stereotyping
baby
there, boy.
powder and pimp slap you and say, get your ass on the line and cast your damn vote.
Hey,
If
Black
you
David,
can't do that,
thank you so
keep
much.
your mouth shut.
Ooh, Black David, I'm gonna clip that. Listen, Black David went in. So B9.
I have to go in African style. I can't do it American style. American style don't work for your asses. You need that African pin slap style.
Keep,
I'm
hey,
not gonna put
letting
baby
our
powder. I put
enemies
hot
teach our
sauce.
kids.
B9, what you got? Did you
Well,
get a chance to watch the whole thing?
yeah, I saw everything.
Man. Okay, what you got, man? What you think about what you saw?
Well, I want to get to the heart of it, man, because I'm like Mandrell when it comes to stuff like that, man. I'm educated, and this has been going on forever. And there are literally 20 more cases that none of us know about
Right.
that this is still going on. So I'm about solutions, and everything that I'm hearing, I love what I'm hearing. I love the history. I love all this. But once again, we're being reactive instead of being proactive. And that's the issue right there. And that's why I want to give you credit right now, Black Man Unfiltered, with the same exact energy that I told y'all on Sir Hale's channel that I was disappointed in y'all. And I'm giving you credit for the reason that you now focused on the issues that matter. This is the stuff that matters. I've been watching all this YouTube stuff, and I'm ashamed of how we treated Black History Month on YouTube. I'm ashamed of how we acted during the month, and we want a whole year of Black history. We talk about Black history being all year round, and look how we acted during the month of Black history. And we're educated people. We're people that in the community. We're people that actually care. But relationships have been torn up. all type of nonsense just because we don't want to follow someone on YouTube or someone said this or someone did that and my feelings are hurt, while real life shit is going on. And that's why I'm giving you credit, black man, because you bringing the real shit that matters to the forefront. Not all this fluff and all this nonsense that we always say the good things, but then when we put it into position, we ain't rocking with somebody because this or that or that or this or this or that. That's why we ain't getting ahead.
Right.
We
are
organizers.
So let me ask you this. So how do you feel about the young lady that was found in the van she was in there for 12 days and in a police transport van, B9, that they use? How is it that you can go 12 days and not know a body sitting in the back of that van, bro?
Somebody missed the assignment.
Let not
Somebody
forget.
missed the assignment. I'm telling you.
Let not forget, it was not on a
Hold on.
public
Let
news.
B9 go. Let B9. Go ahead, B9.
Capitalism. The answer to every question that you all have today is capitalism. It has nothing to do with organization. We're great organizers. It has nothing to do with intelligence. We're intellectually superior. But we have not done the homework for capitalism. Look at what we're talking about today. We're talking about FBI agents hiding information. We're talking about the U.S. Federal Capitol Police being involved in certain groups of people that can raid federal property and then the same day go home with Netflix and chill. We have to get our stuff together. And everybody laughs at me now when I come over here talking about we got to put our own embassy together. Everybody laughs at me now when I say that, hey, capitalism and lobbying and all of that, that's what matters first. Fuck your politics, fuck all your other stuff. But look at what we've done. We've had Supreme Court justices. We've had a black president. We've had black mayors, senators, congressmen, this and that. Ain't a damn thing changed. But so why we keep doing the same stuff over and over again and expecting change? If we want change, we got to go to places where we haven't been. We have to get access to the places where we have been denied access. Instead of wasting time with each other, going back and forth over the same old music issues. We done dominated music since music was invented. But yet we still get caught up talking about Drakes and this and that when real life stuff is going on. And then we don't understand, well, why are we so powerless? Well, why are they pulling the wool over our eyes? How is it that, and let's be clear with this. All the information that we found out because of capitalism. All the information that was hidden because of capitalism. So as long as you keep wasting your time with subtopics and all of this other frivolous stuff that makes you feel good and makes you feel intelligent, isn't giving you power. Because what are you going to do about it? This is no different. We got Trayvon Martin. We got the things that Black Man Unfiltered is talking about right now. We got George Floyd. We got all Sandra, this and that. And we're going to have another Aubrey's. And we're going to have a long list that's going to continue and continue and continue as long as all we worried about is our salary and what we're going to get and what I'm going to do and how the job that I got. And I'm doing this for my family.
B9, let me tell you how. Let me show you right now, B9, how easy it is to pacify us, right? Okay, we all know the murderer of George Floyd went to prison, right? How much time did the rest of them get? When is their trial scheduled?
Right. Come on.
What are they being charged with? Anyone know?
Come on.
With it. Exactly.
You let one man fall on the sword when all of the rest of them were just as responsible.
Exactly.
And you're satisfied.
And people think I'm
they got federal charge.
Right. But does anyone know
the sentence?
Right. And this other chick who shot this kid because she thought she grabbed her taser and said she got a gun. She got what, 2 years? She's going to do 18 months total.
2 years. No, you're giving her too much credit.
Months.
You're giving her too much credit. She got 2 years and she got to serve 16 months of that 2 years. And then after the 16 months, everything else is house arrest.
It's house arrest. Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone's satisfied.
I just said this on the panel last night. talked about how we sit and argue about the wrong things when other people are getting stuff done. I literally just said this, and I have already definitely started taking action on. I'm for the people that want to defund the police department. I'm for the people that want to rebuild the police department. I don't believe in reform anymore. They've been talking reform since the 70s. I remember when I was a little girl, we've had multiple police. They don't work either. Decertifications, ending qualified immunity. These are all the things that are a part of the a part of the things that I push for, because without taking certain actions, it's just all talk.
And I'm glad you did that, OG, because I remember
And
Brother Martin
when
cussed out two individuals. He cussed
well,
out Tim Scott and Cory Booker. Like they dropped the ball on that.
Cory Booker's a sellout. He's been bought
oh
already.
yeah, yeah,
He's been bought.
yeah, he
Yeah,
oh I
he a
just told
Yeah,
sellout.
he
Oh
took
yeah.
the
like
money.
most of them,
Cory Booker took the Cory Booker took the money.
like
That's what he
most
did.
of them.
He took the money, and that's the thing. But when we groom our politicians, when we groom them from childhood, you have to train them that there are things in life more important than taking the money.
Been
You
taking the bag,
cannot
selling
you
out.
cannot take the money. You cannot do that, because once you do it once, they got you. That's it.
But we putting so much energy in fighting each other in these YouTube streets, and these other uh other races of brothers and sisters are getting shit done. We the only ones that putting more energy into fighting each other. And see, they didn't have to give me February for Black History. They can keep that shit as far as
Hell
I'm
yeah. I
concerned.
said the same
Because
thing.
Black History is American history. I'm,
Yeah.
I'm I'm black every day, not just in
Every day.
February.
Damn right.
And I
So
haven't
they
seen
can
it.
they can
So
keep it.
honestly, I
Do
haven't
we
seen a
see any
channel.
other races? Do we have a Caucasian History Month? Do we have a, do we have a Asian? Might have a cultural holidays. So why should we have one? Our history is a part of American history, born and bred. So it's every day for me.
Yeah, and it's the thing is, like, I haven't seen another channel except Black Man Unfiltered who does he did daily reports on Black history. It wasn't the most pretty, but when has our history in this country ever been pretty?
Right.
Ever. We've done some beautiful things in spite of it. We've done some magnificent things. Like the guy who invented Vicks Vapor Rub. He did it in like 1890, 1860, something like that. It was like that. He is a black dude, and he named it after his brother-in-law because the name was catchier, Vic.
We're missing the point, y'all.
We've done some fantastic things,
We are
but
Black history. We are Black history, and we did not represent ourselves well the last month. Personally, I have been in this circle. I have been a part of. You are my family. You are my community. You are my YouTube circle. We did not represent for a month. And all I'm saying is that if you start out with a week, you do good for a week so that you can get a month. Then you get the month, you show the best for that month so that when you talk about being Black all year round and making Black history and Black excellence a part of American lexicon versus being a separate part of history, you have to represent to get there. The same issue that we're having with what Black Man Unfiltered is talking about today. What gave the FBI agent the bravado to think that he could hide all this information and stuff that little black boy with the Washington Post?
Yep. And to you, to OG Patrice, this is what, I don't know if anybody's seen this, but Morgan Freeman was on 60 Minutes a long time ago, and they asked him, "How do you feel about Black History Month?" And this was his response. Listen, fair use, informational purposes only.
Yeah, I remember this too.
I saw this. Yeah.
You find ridiculous. Why? You're going to relegate my history to a month? Oh, come on. What do you do with yours? Which month is White History Month? Well, come on. Tell me.
Well, I'm Jewish.
Okay, which month is Jewish History Month?
There isn't one.
Oh, why not?
Yeah.
Do you want one?
No.
I don't either. I don't want a Black History Month. Black history is American history.
How are we going to get rid of racism?
Stop talking about it. I'm going to stop calling you a white man.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a black man. I know you as Mike Wallace. You know me as Morgan Freeman.
But wait, and the thing is, what Morgan Freeman is talking about, he's very much so an evolved person, you know. But he's not stupid. He knows full well that as a collective, America's a long, long way from that, if we'll ever get there, for enough people to adopt that ideology for it to matter.
That was bullshit. That was point blank period. That was bullshit.
You disagree with the B9?
So if
I agree with him.
So if I stop calling myself black and I stop calling you white, now racism's just over, huh?
Now that part was.
Now that part,
right
that
there.
part was a little off, but the rest of it was I'm for. But that part, because I'm like, okay, if I stop calling you white, you stop calling me black. How the hell? Okay, then they're gonna be racism in silence. Hell, they're not calling me black no way. They're calling me nigga. So it's simple. So again, man, I just I'm glad, man, that we had
Black
this conversation.
the same as nigga. Black nigga, same thing. Negro, that's the same shit.
So I'm glad that we had this conversation, man, because this conversation is the conversations that we need to be having, man. And again, my prayers go out to the families of little Bobby, the 15-year-old Bobby that was found in the sugarcane field in Louisiana. Walter Hutchins, who was shot by the bounty hunters in Houston. Christina Nance, who was found in the back of a police van in Alabama. And then also Kendrick Johnson, who was rolled up in a mat in a gym in Georgia. So I'm gonna say this: the whole thing. If you go watch Finding Kendrick Johnson, man, they break this down so strategically that they know who did it, but these boys are untouchable. These boys that went on with their life, big old white boys too, went on with their life. They play football. I think one of them in the NFL right now.
They're not untouchable, but you just need someone who's willing to do something about it.
Yeah, and if their dad is a top FBI agent, he covered it up. The
thing is, his dad covered up because he's probably in on it.
Yeah, he covered it up because
that's the kid who's missing the organs, right?
Yeah,
That's big money in that. You can get $50,000 for a kidney.
Yeah, it's covered up.
Don't ask me how I know the prices.
That's something I always consider like conspiracy talk. Like people.
No, that's very, very real.
No, that's real, bro.
You can get $50,000 for each kidney. Okay, a heart, that's $250 if it's healthy. Listen, man, if you talk to me offline, I'll educate you. You talk to me
black
offline.
market that's a body part for real. It's internationally known. I don't know why people are acting that way. Like there's conspiracy theory. Are you kidding me? Are you living on a damn rock or
It's just not something you
This
hear
is why I
about
said you
every
need
day.
to
You
get
see,
pimp
like,
slap
memes on
African
Facebook.
style and stop with the BS.
Yeah, imagine
if you're in a foreign country. Imagine if you're in a foreign country in Nigeria.
My country sell body part.
Right.
And they get caught for that.
Right. If you
get people act like they don't know what the hell. I'm sorry. I'll be going full blown African people from now on.
Right.
Okay?
If
I'm
you're
not
in
playing
Nigeria, think about if you're in Nigeria and you're a very high up man in Nigeria. And you got Nigerian friends here in America, and they can absolutely capture a young man, 15, 16, real young and vibrant and with the same blood type. You don't think
y'all got me worked up right
you
now.
don't think they can disappear? delete you and
Black
get you,
man.
man.
Let me put that one in. Let me let people know. They've
Money
been going on
talk.
for more than 30 years. They sell body part in my country for real. They kidnap people from baby, from toddler to teenager, to man, to woman, to grown folk, and sell body part. You're looking for a head, they will get it for you. Looking for a lung, they will get it for you. They've been doing that for years. This is not no stupid computer theory. Either you get off that liquor, get off that weed, and get that ass sober, and get some sense to your goddamn head. I'm getting tired of that BS right now, for real.
But we
There's
That act like
uh there's a
this is
news
international. This is an international issue that's been
All right,
going on for too long.
one mic. I think B9
You
has something
know
to say. Then
how
Jamal has
somebody
something to
will
say.
think. You don't have to care
Listen,
about how they will act.
what you got to realize here is what ESO said was absolutely right. This is about paperwork. This is not about organs or black market or this or that. This is about paperwork. This is about really understanding the system and using it to your advantage. The camera went off for X amount of time. How do you empty out someone's complete organs, then replace them with newspaper, and then put them in a daggone mat, and then the camera's back on 45 minutes later or an hour later?
I
That's
can
a
do
lot.
it. The 45 minutes is a long time, dude. That's plenty. I could do that.
But yo, you
Word
can't
up.
do it at no school cameras. You
Well,
can't
you
do it at
turn
the
the
school cameras.
Well, turn the
Well,
cameras
to
off. I
ask,
got it.
hold on, B9, to add some validity to what you're saying. When they found him in there, he still had the organs, right? But the proof was there was blunt force trauma to the back of the head. When they found him, they took him out. His blood and someone else's blood was all over the floor. And they say if you suffocated in a mat, how does blood drip on the floor? Did the mat squeeze your blood out your body? It was puddles of blood around the mat. They stuffed him in there. The back of his head was bleeding. So what happened was they took him to the hospital. The family came in and identified the body. Once they identified the body, the coroner sent the body to the funeral home. When he sent the body to the funeral home, right, they went in and, they had the body overnight, whatever, 2 days to investigate the body. When they sent the body to the funeral home, they went ahead and got him ready. And then they said, you know what, we want our own independent autopsy. So they exhumed the body, brought the body back up. When they went in to cut the body open to see what body parts were injured or punctured or anything that happened, everything was gone. They looked at him in the casket. The brain was gone. The lungs was gone. Kidney, heart, everything was just gone. And they stuffed him with paper. And the date on the paper was 2 days after this boy died.
Wow.
So did somebody go dig him up and take him? The newspaper that was stuffed in this kid was 2 days after he died, bro.
And I'll be honest, I didn't know those specifics, but it doesn't change my point. My point is that somebody knew what they were doing, and they had the time and the resources necessary to do it. And we as Black people, Obama couldn't do that, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
We know when Chris Rock tells the joke that, hey, I'm rich and no poor white man wants to trade with me, this is why that joke hits, because it's real. No white man wants to trade with us because they have the system. Even if they're poor, they
true,
have
B9.
the system working for them. And until we come up together and we put the infrastructure in place to actually have a system to combat systematic racism, to combat systematic feminism, to combat all of the issues that are holding us down, you are literally bringing a rubber band to a gunfight, to a nuclear fight.
Right.
And you think you have a literal chance of winning because you got the best words and you have the most colorful language and you have the best picket signs and you sing the best songs and that's bullshit, ladies and gentlemen. And they're going to continue to allow you to live and fester in that bullshit while they do whatever they want to you, and you won't get mad until it's reaction time. Go back to everything I've ever said on Black Man Unfiltered. Go back to anything I've ever said on anybody's platform. Infrastructure is the key. Chronology of how we handle things is the key. Getting into the places that we think are impossible. They are not impossible. They might be improbable, but they are not impossible. We have to get a Black owner in the NFL. We have to have a billionaire boys club representative for us. We have to have an embassy or a section of the already built American embassy that literally focuses on us. And until we do these things, keep wasting your time talking, keep wasting your time marching, keep wasting your time shedding tears and putting teddy bears at the street corner where Lil Ray got smoked. It's going to happen over and over and over again. And all you all are going to do is keep complaining, keep crying, keep being in shock and awe. When are we going to actually change shit? And it's up to us to do it. But I put out a little simple thing, just to bring unity together, just to give us a test. Make sure that Black Man Unfiltered was monetized in 30 days. Make sure that Sir Hale Speaks is monetized within 30 days. I got into a big YouTube fight because I wanted to make sure that Gail at Night, the best moderator on YouTube, was monetized. Now, I'm getting into a fight with somebody over this, but yet we share the same goal. We both love Gail. How do you get into an argument or a disagreement when you share the same goal? Because that's us. Because we always find a way, whether it's a buzzword or a whatever the case, little bit of wiggle room to fight, to bring drama, to correct someone, to pull someone up on something, but we lose sight of the big point. All I talk about is macro. That's all I've ever talked about, and everyone always combats me with micro shit. Well, this happened to my cousin. Well, this happened to my sister. Well, I went through this. I'm talking about arenas. I'm talking about conventions. I'm talking about the masses. And until we focus on what we're supposed to be focused on, of course you're going to get the same result. Roland Martin understands the importance of Black media because he understands that it's a message that gets out to the masses. He understands that he had the CNN position. He had all of that stuff. And he gave it up because he knew why all the stories that are important always end up in minute 55 of a 45-minute show. Why is everything that's Black and important always got to be on the final cutting block and never seems to make the cut to the mainstream media? But yet the second someone says Jewish or anti-Semitic or this or that, it's everywhere. And it's everywhere so that person can get shut down. Nick Cannon, Whoopi Goldberg, you go down the list. But John Gruden said, hey, yeah, nigger this, nigger that, nigger this, nigger that. John Gruden said, yeah, I got caught. Yeah, practice is tomorrow. Oh, John Gruden said something about the LGBT. John Gruden's retired. Notice how things change when you talk about the right group, the right person. Well, when are we going to be the right group? When are we going to be the right person?
Right. And to add some value to what you said, B9, I don't know how true it's going to be. When you talked about the ownership in the NFL, I don't know if you heard about it. I was going to talk about it tomorrow, but I'll go ahead and talk about it now. Byron Allen is in talks to buy the Denver Broncos, and that would make him the first Black NFL owner.
That. Yeah.
Good luck to him.
Yep, and guess who? But you know what though? Yes, and guess what? Who he's up against?
Who?
There's a group of people, right?
Well, there you go. That's it. A group of people.
Hold on. Let me tell you who in the group. Peyton Manning.
Yep.
Eli Manning.
Done.
What's the other quarterback used to play for Denver?
John Elway.
John Elway. And the assistant director.
John Way already operates like a part of.
Right, he's already operated.
Well, see, you understand, John Elway is Denver Bronco royalty.
Right.
There's no way they're going to shut him out.
And the last person is the assistant director of Amazon.
Oh, forget it.
So they're going in as a group. And they're going against Byron Allen.
The thing that gets me is now that these people know that that Byron is gone. I don't even hear no Black millionaire and billionaire brothers that's stepping up and saying, "Now let's form our group."
And see,
What's
And
OG,
they will vote him out
where's
with
that
throwing people
noise?
on the bus.
What's that noise? What's that noise?
I don't
Music
know.
or
OG, here's a point I made one time, right? I said, okay, this is the reason why I used to tell jokes about Tyler Perry too. I used to join the guy about wearing the dresses and all that stuff too. It was funny, and we all had fun with it. But after he did what he did with that movie studio he created, I said, I can never. I called my sister up and told her, I said, I can never again make fun of Tyler Perry. And to this day, I've never said anything negative about him.
And you know what?
Because what he did, think of all those black Hollywood actors that's come through Hollywood. You telling me none of them, Bill Cosby, Sidney Poitier, Denzel Washington, you got fucking Oprah up there. You telling me none of these people could have put their money together and done that decades ago?
And let me add to that.
And he did it by himself.
Let me add to that. When he made that studio,
remember when
he
Bill
honored
was
one of
trying
those
to
studios to
get by
Oprah on top of that.
NBA? NBC, I mean NBC. You know
Say
what?
what?
You know
Oh,
what?
Bill tried to buy NBC.
Exactly.
He tried it. He tried,
But-
and then all those rape allegations came out.
Right.
Magically, surprisingly, all out of nowhere.
Say our word. Say our word.
R word. Sorry.
Yeah.
All those R word allegations came out out of nowhere. Okay, quote unquote, out of nowhere, these allegations came out right when he's trying to buy NBC.
You know what? I'm gonna sit at this table just for a little bit. If you go, there is a documentary, because you know I'm all about documentaries. I watch them every day. I find one to watch. There's a documentary that's called "Let's Talk About BC." Y'all know who I'm talking about? Bill Cosby. Okay, so there's a documentary that said "Let's Talk About
The
BC."
one by W. Kamau Bell.
Yep.
Okay.
Go watch it.
Is it on Hulu?
And you'll see from back in and Eddie Griffin said it best. Eddie Griffin said, back in the day, Preludes was the thing in the 70s, in the 60s. He said everybody was popping Quaaludes and getting high and having sex. He said now all these women are saying that he used Quaaludes and Spanish Fly. Everybody know what that is if you're older. And they used that back in the day to get down, right? They said, and Eddie said, why didn't these women come forward when they would have strung him up in a tree and let him swing? Back in the 60s, if you would have touched a woman that was Caucasian, you would be swinging. You know, so why didn't you say anything then? And then the second thing is, they did mention NBC. They did mention that he had the money, that he sat down with them and they come up with an agreement. He also was going to bring back the Cosby Show. He had signed everybody back on, Malcolm Jamal Warner, all of them. It's going to be like Malcolm was married with a wife. Rudy got married, had her own family. You know, everybody was coming back signing on. And the day they did that deal, they went ahead and said, oh, no, we got to retract our offer because you have some allegations, sir. We're sorry. You know, go watch the documentary. I'm telling you.
That's
what black man you know go on NBC, bro?
Hey, I got two things for y'all. Number one, on the Quaalude thing. Okay, it's something different if he's putting it in their drink and then giving them the drink and they don't know what's in the drink.
Right.
No.
Every case he put it in their hand and they moved their hand with their shoulder up to their mouth and then swallowed it. So that's all. That's the end of the case right there. I don't care if it's crack. I don't care if it's heroin. I don't care if it's a Tic Tac. If I put it in your hand and you make the motion to put it in your mouth, that's on you. That's on you. It's not on him. Like I said, it's on him if he did it and he did it in a sneaky way where you didn't know about it. But if it's no different than a Tylenol. If he put it in your hand and you put it in your mouth, end of story.
And that's what most of the women said. Most of the women said, the one that lady said, yeah, he came to me and I had she said, I lost my child to drowning in our backyard pool. And she said, he came to me and gave me one and said, hey, listen, if you want to take this will take the edge off. And she said, oh, okay, I took it. And she said, he offered us something to drink. She took 1 shot, 2 shots. Said she woke up a day later and they was laying in the bed together. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
but the second point and the more major point out of this is what Mandrell said. There's no excuse for those million/billionaires not to have unity.
Yep,
and like
I agree.
I said, it goes right back to the example that I use on YouTube in our circle. The subscribe button is free. Why is Black Man Unfiltered not at 1,000? The subscribe button is free. Why is Sir Hell not at 1,000?
You know why? It's not entertainment.
I'm gonna
It's
tell
not. It's not
you because
the
we
shock
full
and
of
jive show.
no, it's because we full of shit. It has nothing to do with Black Man Unfiltered. It has to do with us. We're the problem. We always can come up with 10 excuses to not rock with somebody. We can come up with 10 reasons why we did this and did that against somebody. But the easier thing is just to rock with them. The easiest thing is just to support them. If you just take NBA players alone, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, the Charles Barkleys, the Shaqs of the world.
Are you telling me those guys couldn't have created an expansion team instead of buying a team? They could have just taught the NBA and created an expansion team.
You have an NFL that has 70% of its members that are black. And you telling me that all of those millionaires that it created, not enough of them can come together to own an NFL team. The group that y'all just said that's going against Byron Allen, how come Tyler Perry isn't joining in with Byron Allen?
Right.
Tyler Perry's done enough.
No, he hasn't.
No, hell no.
He created his movie studio.
I'm not even talking about Tyler Perry. What about
Kanye West?
P. Diddy?
No, you don't need Kanye West. No, leave Kanye out. Kanye's done. He can't come.
Why?
He's
a black billionaire. He's a black billionaire.
I don't care. Here's the thing. I don't care if he's a black trillionaire. No, he can't come.
It's too many. It's too many black men that could have went on with Byron Allen to form a
Kanye is a problem.
You're now being a part of the problem. See,
Kanye's a problem, brother. Come on, D9.
I don't buy that.
You don't buy that, OG?
No, not with him being a problem in that sense. He's a businessman. What's going on personal with him has nothing to do with the business.
I agree with OG Patrice 100% on this. And listen to this example. Jim Curry started out in Living Color and the Wayans brothers. Because Jim Curry was white, he had no limits to how silly or how far he could stretch his comedy. But because the Wayans brothers were black, they had to constrain to the black community. They had to not be able to push the envelope the same way Jim Curry could because they were bound to the community. We have to cut that bullshit out. If you got the money or you got the talent or you in a position to help. Do your job. We have to stop acting like we in a position where we can pick and choose. Oh, no, this billionaire is not welcome.
Hey, you wonder why I have an issue with P. Diddy?
Bullshit.
This man have been doing well, making the band for how long? How many people have he ripped off? And when he got to do a show on Tyler Perry's studio and be like, yo, look at that big. You could have done that long before Tyler Perry did that thing. And he did another sellout too.
But they got a chance to make it right, though.
Right.
If they do the right thing, they won't even pull together and do it right.
And see, that's the thing. Look at the list.
Roll them out and call them out for that.
Oprah, Tyler Perry, Diddy, Jay-Z, Byron Allen,
Bob Johnson, Robert Smith.
Oh my God! If you walk in the room with all these people, who's gonna beat you? Who's going? Oh my! It'll be an all black ownership.
I get it. But here's a problem. Here's a problem. You gotta watch out for double agents. Oprah's one of them. So is Kanye. Now, Oprah, you can finesse her, but keep in mind she doesn't really work for us. She's skin folk, not kinfolk.
Kanye,
I would say that about Oprah. Yeah,
he right about that one.
Kanye is the same thing. Kanye is not only
so much about him.
I can tell you about him. Let's take his money. No.
Right. Exactly. Be not.
No.
Exactly. It don't matter. You still.
But he couldn't do anything.
Hold on. So you gonna give up the opportunity to have him as the first black president just because he didn't work for you? You gotta understand what's going on here, my brother.
That's different. I voted for Obama twice. On principle.
Stephen Day, please don't mention Jay-Z. Please.
Would be more powerful
Master
than a black president ever was.
Yep, yep. And
here's
Master
my
P,
here's my thing. Here's my thing. You got to watch out for the double agents. All I'm saying, B9, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying let's take their money, but can they be a part of the decision making process? Fuck no.
I
don't agree with that,
Even
man.
they mentioned
That
JD.
part I don't agree
What
with.
have JD
Yeah.
done for us?
Oh,
that
you
we-
want Oprah and Kanye making
I
decisions
ain't
on
say
our
Oprah.
behalf?
I ain't say Oprah.
You want Kanye doing it?
Hey, for real. All
When it
jokes
comes
aside,
to
let's come
when
to
it comes to
reality.
the NFL situation, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
he can
come to
have that,
reality.
yeah. But when it comes to us actually making moves
Who on
and
this
ownership and stuff like that,
Y'all already
that's
cut
me.
out like $20 billion worth of people. Like Kanye gone, Jay-Z gone, Diddy
Kanye
gone.
gone. Kanye gotta go.
Like, who?
Kanye gotta go. I can work with Oprah. I can work with Oprah. Kanye, I can't. That's a problem.
When did you get in a
Man,
position?
Jarrell, why? Is it because of his personal issue? Why?
He's not stable.
Do you know how many white counterparts
not
got a lot of
stable.
that's got a lot of crazy stuff going on in their personal life?
I ain't talking about that. It's his decision making, the way he makes decisions, the decisions that he makes, the way he
About
orchestrates
what?
his life.
What
No, you
specifically?
don't do that.
What specifically?
Okay, here's the thing. Like, there's a time a couple years ago, right before he and Kim, like, it's pretty much the thing that the straw that broke the camel's back with Kim. When he went to some event, had on a bulletproof vest or whatever. Everyone's like, fuck it, whatever, that's Kanye. But then he starts crying, telling his personal business, how Kim aborted one of his kids, crying his bawling his eyes out.
That was the mental illness happening. He wasn't on his medication.
He can't come.
That was the mental illness.
I'm in Washington, D.C., y'all. There's nothing that Kanye's going through that the owner of the Commanders' former team Redskins is not going through. Daniel Snyder is a fuck up. He has all type of sexual assaults, all types of nonsense going on. So stop acting like just because you're an NFL owner that you are of some high standard. Robert Kraft just got caught at a fucking massage parlor.
Yo.
So I mean, stop acting like the owner for the Clippers had to sell his team, and he's
good point, B9.
Hunter Biden.
You got B9.
Hunter
You got
Biden
that.
collecting checks.
Yeah, you're right.
B9. You got that.
Stop all this bullshit. I just
you got that, B9. I can't.
And look
I
at
ain't
Bill
got no
Gates.
pushback for him.
Hey,
I
Bill
can't even
Gates
push back on B9 after that.
Look
One.
at
He
Bill
got
Gates.
that.
Bill Gates.
Judging. All y'all doing is acting like you in a position to pick somebody. You ain't in a position to pick shit. We've gone literally 400 years with nothing, and now you gonna act like you gonna have an stringent vetting process? Nigga, you better take whoever's black that got the money and can get the access into the door. We need to open the door so that you can get in. You can't get in until someone else opens the door.
I know, brother, but Kanye can't come.
And guess what?
Kanye needs to be in a hospital, not out somewhere buying a team.
You know what? 12 point. And you know what though? It's amazing to me. It's amazing to me. Now I'll say this, Mandrell, on Kanye's behalf. It's amazing to me that people that are billionaires, that have become billionaires, they put this light on Kanye and say Kanye, he's not mentally together. He's not this. He's not that. We do understand by looking at Kanye from a distance that he has some abandonment issues. Hey, a lot of people do, right? After he lost his mama, then he get with a woman leave him, he hurt behind it. He go through this phase. He get with another woman, she hurt him, he go through another phase. You know what I'm saying? Hell, we all do that. It's broke dudes out here acting like Kanye. So what I'm saying is, Kanye is a billionaire. So shit, he may be thrown off with his personal life, but when it comes to making that bread, he know how to sell shoes. He know how to sell. This motherfucker got a T-shirt with a hole in the back of it.
And this why you niggas better buy my shit, okay? I don't want to. If you buy Kanye shit,
I don't want to buy your Michael Chiklis stuff. I don't want to buy your Michael Chiklis Walmart stuff.
When I launch my products, you better go to. I better sell out in 3 days.
Right here, though, Mandrell. The same thing that you saying about Kanye is the exact same thing that everybody said on even higher level about Michael Jackson.
Yep.
Everyone said Michael Jackson was crazy and Michael Jackson was this, but we found out he was crazy like a fox when we found out he had all of Elvis's masters. When
and
we
the
found
Beatles.
All
And
of
the Beatles.
When he found out He owns so many masters that he gave Sly and the Family Stones their masters back. Just gave it to them. So when you talk about crazy, understand that you are being caught up in what the media wants.
No, Michael Jackson was pretending
Want you
to be crazy.
like that. No, but we turned our back on him.
I didn't.
That pedophile stuff came out. Everyone said, of course Mike did it. Of course
No,
Mike
he
did it.
No, he didn't. I never believed it.
I didn't either.
I never believed that.
But I'm not saying y'all personally, but
yeah,
we know the collective of
no,
us.
I'm with you. Like I said, now that like I said, that's another one I'll give you, B. Now you got that.
It's not about you. Once again, don't make a macro issue micro. We're gonna leave this where it belongs, a macro issue.
B9.
And you know, real quick,
I
guys.
just said last night, we so quick to throw each other away. If you know we throwing them away on the big level, what we gonna do to on the
No, but Kanye can't come.
I'll
take Oprah. I'll take Oprah, but I can't do Kanye.
That's why Black Man Unfiltered is not monetized, because like you say, we don't have respect for people on a higher level. So of course we don't respect people on a lower level. And our respect, and we love Black Man Unfiltered, but our love is not trumped with respect. Our love is not matched with respect. We the problem. And we keep coming up with these bullshit excuses of why we not going to rock with somebody or why we not going this and that. I don't like a lot of people on
And I say that last night, B9.
But I'm subscribed to their channel.
OG did. OG, you went in yesterday.
Their channel, because me taking their subscription away ain't going to help me at all.
And you know the beautiful thing, and you know the beautiful thing about Tyler Perry, he bought Confederate land that they used to.
It was an old Confederate army base.
Confederate land where they used to swing us from trees, and he put the biggest. They say you could put Warner Brothers, Sony Studio, all of them inside of Tyler Perry. He's the biggest
it's
studio
the biggest in the world.
in the world.
Yeah, that's what. Like I said, that's why you can't. I can't.
Is that in Atlanta, by the way? Is that Atlanta?
It's in the Atlanta area.
It's in Atlanta. Yeah, the biggest studio in the world.
That's why I can never say nothing bad about him. I don't even joke on him no more. I can't. Respect. When you do that, you shut all the naysayers, all the
and guess what, Mandrell? When I was younger, I heard when Tyler Perry first came out, I heard people say, "Damn!" When Tyler Perry did an interview, he said, "I can shoot a movie in 30 days. Hollywood, it take them 2 years. I can do."
And get another thing, y'all forget about this. He had a part on the studio that he built in a living arrangement for young girls
that
to learn about movie production, stuff like that.
Noise in the background.
Sorry, I'll tell them to wait. Hold on.
But yeah, so for him to do that, and then he named.
That's what I said.
Man, all his movies are shot there. He can shoot
and
a movie.
They after famous black people.
Yes, he signed with
all of his studios are.
Yeah, he signed with Lionsgate. Then he signed $180 million with the OWN network. And then
is he hiring?
Yeah, all the time.
So I tried to apply for a job at Tyler Perry Studio. The moment he put it out there. But the fact that he built an apartment-like building for young girls to learn about movie production, he did so much on his own land. It's ridiculous. And it's so huge. And I'm like, wait a minute. He honored Whoopi Goldberg. He honored Oprah. He honored some big name in the movie industry and have their name on each of the buildings. Real talk. That is massive. That is huge. And then when I chewed out PD there, I was cutting her on the TV screen like, you on there showing that you could have done that long time ago with everybody else. Double agent big ass.
It's definitely massive. It's important. We got to give him credit. But once again, let's bring this full circle. What is that? That compound ain't stopping no deletions.
Yeah,
that
Kanye can't come.
Stopping the news that Black Man Unfiltered keeps bringing to us.
There you go again, Mandrell.
We got to understand that this compound has to be met together with other compounds. Tyler Perry can't just work with Oprah. He has to actually come together with Oprah. He has to come together with other black billionaires and actually do something to change the system. That is we have had black millionaires since Madam C.J. Walker. So having a black millionaire, having someone that's affluent, the city of Tulsa, affluent. So we've seen this stuff before. But when are we going to connect the dots? When are we actually going to bring this together and put the infrastructure in place? We lost ground in our what's the word I'm looking for? As a race, we lost ground in our wealth, in our net wealth. That's the word I'm looking for, our net wealth. Because we spent more, making less, inflation's on top of us. Other people are investing in real estate, investing in stocks, investing in cryptocurrencies, buying things that appreciate versus things that depreciate. So what does the wealth gap do? It just gets even larger, and we could start sinking like we're in quicksand, and they start ascending as if they got angel wings. But we're not smart enough to see what's going on because we got all this time to argue and this and that and find 9 reasons why I don't like this person. And just an example, Mandrill, picking with you a little bit, but why Kanye can't be an owner, or why this, all of that shit is over with, y'all. You just like you didn't have a choice in who your parents were. We don't have a choice in who got the money. But we have a choice with how we support them, what they do with that money.
Exactly.
Oprah hasn't lost any support for helping African children out, which I have no problem with. But if you can take that money overseas, how much easier would it have been to do it in Chicago?
But she didn't do it.
But she didn't
And
do
she
it.
was right there in Chicago.
That's why we have to hold her feet to the fire on the things that matter to us. As much credit as we're giving Tyler Perry, and he deserves credit for what he's accomplished. But if he doesn't use that accomplishment in the right way, we got to be able to separate the two and hold his feet to the fire as well.
Like we need to do Kanye and send his ass to the asylum.
We act like becoming a millionaire, billionaire, or a trillionaire is the end. That's
right.
It's not. That's why I won't work with him.
Let me say this before I read 2 cents. Let me say this before I read 2 cents message here. I mean thing here, chat here. Even when it came to she's absolutely right. I'm gonna get to that. But even you look at the new billionaires. Look at Floyd Mayweather. He's a billionaire now. Everybody say, oh, he as soon as they say he's a billionaire, oh, what about his assault on the women? What about he can't read, he's illiterate. Shit, if he can't read words, he damn sure can read numbers because he's a billionaire. He did something. Kanye West may not be able to sneeze in Portland, but that motherfucker is a billionaire. I'm telling the man selling t-shirts with holes in it with dirt on it for $300 and he's selling out. The man is he's a businessman, bro. So anyway, back to what 2 cents said. She said every time one of our black leaders make too many moves, it's all about the allegations or the legal barrier. And she is absolutely right. Look at Bill Cosby. I know I ain't supposed to say his name, goddamn, but I did. Bill Cosby sent thousands of kids to college, put thousands of kids through college. And some of those kids have turned their back on him because of the allegations. And I'm saying to myself, how about y'all, if y'all hate him so much, give him his damn money back. Get that degree and take that degree and give it back to him. I guarantee you none of you will take it back.
We can't do that now. Listen.
Yeah, come on now.
Overboard here.
None of them will take it back.
We can't do that.
Am I lying, B9? Come on now. Y'all know I'm not lying.
B9.
If you upset with this man, go turn your degree in and say, I'm going to do it all over again because I don't want his blood money. Go take it and come on.
Same thing with Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle went to school here in Washington, D.C., went to Duke Ellington School of the Arts.
Yep.
When Dave Chappelle got his Kennedy Center Honor Award here in Washington, D.C., he gave the whole check to his former school, Duke Ellington. They named the theater after him and everything. The mayor came. It was a big to-do. And the last special he did, because the transgender was mad at him, the school got mad at him and took down his name before the ink hit
exactly.
I remember that.
Exactly.
And Dave Chappelle said, okay, cool.
With my money.
Give me my motherfucking money back then. And they switched and flipped real quick. They said, no, Dave.
I remember that.
It's a misunderstanding. We still love you. We gonna work it out.
Yeah. And you know what? It's just like preachers. Preachers say, don't go out here. Let me put my preacher voice on. Don't go out here to the casinos or go gambling in Vegas.
You go, religious telemarketer.
But if I won that $30 million, your ass gonna want that 10%. I don't give a damn what you say. You gonna want 10% of that 30 million. So I don't want to hear nothing about, lay your burdens down, my Lord. You know, and then, don't you go gambling. Then pastor, I went gambling in Vegas this weekend. I won 30 million. Well, go over to the security, go over there to the lady over there in the office and write that 10%. We sure need it, man. We sure thank you for going to Vegas this weekend. Everything will change. Everything will
building
change.
fund.
Yeah.
Didn't Kobe Bryant go through the same thing back in early in his career?
Yeah, he did.
So back what Black Man is saying, y'all remember, if y'all are my age, y'all remember how the LBGT community got treated by the church?
Yep.
Y'all remember how that happened? Yep. Then all of a sudden, once they found out how much economics they were bringing in, how much tithes they could produce, especially when they weren't having children and they weren't doing this, so they had all this disposable income. All of a sudden, you see rainbow flags in front of every church now.
And guess what? They were good for business. Oh, they can sing, they can play piano, they can write music, they can put music together, they can bring the funk to this place every Sunday morning. They good for business. But outside the church, you don't want them to do with them. But inside the church, just because they're good for business, they good for business. And a lot of people, and you know what, man? Listen here, I'm gonna do this for. I wasn't gonna do it. But a lot of Christians say, oh, you know what? You cannot, people shouldn't gay, people shouldn't be. The Bible says that gay is an abomination. I said, well, if you go down a couple of more verses, it also says mixing linen is an abomination. So if your shirt is 70% polyester and 30% cotton, you sinning. It also says you can't eat catfish and bottom feeders. You can't eat catfish or shrimp. But how many churches out here having catfish place dinners to raise money for the building fund on Saturday? See, you got to stop. You got to listen to.
Well, no. See, Black
come
man,
on, man.
anything
Come
that the
on,
Lord
man.
have
but the church is an institution. Religion is different, isn't it?
I'll go in. I don't get pleased.
Anything that the Lord hath made is not unclean. By the way, it says in the Bible that you can pray over it and God will wash the sins away and it'll be then clean. So it's okay to eat it.
No, he was talking about food.
Well, I don't eat catfish in regular, so I don't really eat catfish that much.
I don't either. I don't eat catfish. I don't eat shit like that. I ain't growing up eating that stuff.
Eat crabs though.
Huh? Come on.
Crabs is a bottom feeder too, y'all.
Shrimp.
I know, but I don't.
You know what?
I don't know what?
Oh man, I just had ceviche the other day. I'm done.
Randy has a point.
Crabs and crawfish, the roaches of the sea.
Yep, Randy has a point, guys.
Shrimp,
she said also, let's not forget the
pork.
backlash Mrs. Cosby
Pork.
received too. So
no, I don't eat pork, and I didn't grow up eating it. My mother didn't cook it.
That's
my mother didn't cook it. My grandmother didn't cook it. Catfish, shrimp, pork, stuff like that. My grandmother didn't cook it. My mother didn't cook it.
You told me you just had ribs the other day, Mandrill.
Beef ribs, brother.
Let's be real about this, y'all.
No, you lie. You lie.
The animal that you think it is either.
Say it again.
I said chicken is not the clean animal that y'all think it is either.
You mean genetically modified chicken?
He's right about that. No, he's right about that. No, then chickens are really not clean.
Not what they shooting them with these days.
No, they're not. Chickens are disgusting.
Y'all gotta watch that documentary, Food Inc. Food Inc. is like a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, watch Food Inc. and watch What the Health. You'll never drink milk again, I promise you.
Wait.
Oh, hell to the no.
Now, What the Health? A lot of that's largely been debunked.
Shit, not that milk. I figured that milk out.
No, not the milk. No, the milk. The milk's true.
When I found out what milk was, dude, I damn near threw up.
It's mostly pus.
I couldn't do it.
It's mostly just pus.
It's
what
pus
the
from
hell?
It's pus from the afterbirth of the calf.
Yeah, it's mostly just pus. That's what milk is.
Hey, I got a
question. Y'all traumatized me.
Are y'all familiar with pink goo? Do you know about pink goo?
Yeah, we know. I know about it.
Oh my god,
I know about it.
Talking about that stuff from like the hot dog or like the nuggets?
No, it's a new waste byproduct from something else, and it's supposedly processed meat, but it's not really, and it's not even really meat. It's just disgusting shit. You know what I'm saying? And
Like mush.
Mm-hmm. And it tastes like meat, so they sell it. It is vile, dude.
But
It's
hold on.
vile.
I'm gonna cry. I want to cry already.
Yeah, it's vile, man.
Mandrell is halfway right. It's vile, it's this, it's that. But the part that he was wrong on is that it's not new. It's been out since the 1940s.
See, I didn't know about that part. I didn't know about that part.
It has been implemented in all your chicken, all your steaks, all your red meats, all of the everything. Because the USDA has changed the standards back then to where to consider yourself meat, you only have to have 30% beef in it. The rest can be that pink goo filler. The rest can be nitrates and preservatives to make sure that the meats don't spoil. When Taco Bell got sued because it was only 20% beef in their taco meat, Taco Bell won because the USDA said, hell, now we're down to 18%. And Taco Bell's all the way putting a whole extra 2% of beef in for you.
And then when you look at B9, check it out. And when you see how they make the ground beef for them tacos, they pretty much just add hot water to it and just mix it and stir it.
They don't have to refrigerate it.
Right. They don't
refrigerate their meat.
Well, guess what? When you go to Mexico, you eat natural, pure dog and cat. So hey, it's all right there. Non-genetically modified cat and dog.
It's better than the shit you get at Taco Bell, though.
You better quit playing, Marcus.
He's not lying. There are places in Mexico that do that. There are places in Asia.
That's like a cultural taboo, though, right? Like they eat cats and dogs in some countries, but they do in America.
Absolutely, it's so damn good.
Well, that's what they say about Chinese food, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Some of it, yeah.
Man, those shish kebabs.
I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. Don't laugh, because this is not funny. If you laugh, you're going to hell. Listen, I was at a Chinese restaurant before, because I used to go to this Chinese restaurant back in Louisiana, and I promise you, one day I was in there, bro, and we were sitting at the table, and they bring the food out to you, or whatever. And so the guy went in, he brought out the tray, with the sample tray or whatever. He's like, try this or whatever. So I was like, man, I always joking with people. I said, man, look at me, dude. Look, I want that little stuff, man. I swear to you, I heard him say in his language, and I'm not meaning anything or any harm to anybody, but I swear I heard him say something about, he said, I'm gonna just paraphrase here. He was like, Chihuahua, German Shepherd. I said, what the fuck did he just say? Did he
Chihuahua, German Shepherd?
Yo, you lost me right there. You lost me right there.
Chihuahua and German Shepherd.
Do it, bro. I swear to God, I heard Chihuahua and German Shepherd in the same fucking sentence, bro. I swear to God, bro. I bring my brother in here and he will tell you, bro. He's I'm going to German Shepherd. I said, what the fuck? Dude, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
I'll tell you this. My experience, when I was in Mexico, I was in Baja, so I was in Mexicali. And anybody that knows, when you go to certain taco spots right there, you'll usually see like a stranded dog or like a stray dog around that area all the time. I had a dog right there that looked like Fetty Wap with one eye and stuff. It gave me like the Forrest Whitaker look. I'd always constantly see him all the time. One time I don't see him because he's just kicking in the back of the kitchen. I don't hear him no more. He's gone the next day. I was like, where'd he go? He's like, I don't know. He just ran away. And I was like, you sure? Because I always just see him all the time here. He used to be like the kick it dog right there. He's like, yeah, well, he's not here no more. I was like, okay.
You know what? I'm going to do homework for everybody before we end the show. Everybody that's listening right now, if you're just coming in, thank you for joining the conversation. This was a wonderful show today. Please, you go back and watch it from the beginning. You'll learn a lot. We're just having a little fun right now. But if you're here for the first time, thank you. I appreciate you. Please hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 1,000. So please hit the subscribe button, hit that like button for me as well. And go ahead and hit that notifications button for me so you'll know when we go live. Now, I will say this. I'm going to give everybody some homework. Any Chinese restaurant any Chinese restaurant or foreign food restaurant you will never see stray dogs or cats around them at all. And I want you to drive around them today and see. You'll never
Everyone
find
knows that nationwide, man. My mother used to say that growing up. You never see dogs, cats, rats, and nothing around Chinese restaurants?
Hell, why would you? if I own a business, why would I have to go and order more food when it's a damn dog sitting right here that nobody want?
Here's the thing, though. If you go to China, like going to China,
That's
right?
wrong. I'm gonna call PETA. I'm gonna call PETA.
Right. Here's the thing. In China, like when you go there, you totally understand why they call it street food out there. Because apparently whatever's crawling around, they grab and eat. You go there and you look at street food, there's shit, seriously, just rats and shit. Big ass bullfrogs, scorpions. They have scorpions on the skewered on the stick. Scorpions skewered on the stick.
Y'all just heard about all of the Family Dollars they closed in the South because of they found over 2,000 and some dead rodents. Some was alive, some was dead. They found dead birds. They found dead insects in the main distribution center of a Family Dollar. And they have closed over 300 Family Dollars in the South. New Orleans, Arkansas, Alabama, Tennessee, all the way down to Florida because a main distribution center in Arkansas had over, y'all heard what I said, over 2,000 and something dead and alive. Some were alive. They showed pictures. Baby, these rodents was fighting. They were wrestling and jumping off of stuff. It was amazing.
They had some master splinters.
They showed somebody feeding a big one a potato chip. Employees, yeah. So it's closed, and they done closed down over 200 and something Family Dollars.
OG Patrice, I wish I could pull the video up. Damn it, I saw it yesterday. One of the guys found see the video. He found the damn rat in a box, and he was stuck halfway, and he turned the box over as a joke. He did a TikTok. He turned the box over and started whooping the rat's ass, and the rat couldn't get away. He was just whooping his ass with the stick, and the rat was just hollering. He just hitting his ass. He was just rapping the shit out of him.
In a box of what?
The rat got stuck in a box. Like I think he chewed through the box, but he couldn't get the back part of himself through the box. So he turned the box. Man, I think I got the video. Goddamn right. Hold on. I think I got it right here. Hold on.
Man, y'all traumatizing me, man. Y'all just scared me.
He started whooping the damn rat with a stick. Man, that was hilarious. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
We could have waited till after lunch for these stories.
Sorry, guys. You see how we just flowing from one story to another?
No, but real talk, OG Patrice, but like I seen like these rats in New York the size of Master Splinter. I was
Okay,
like,
correction. Don't call them rat. In New York, you don't have rat. We have splinters, okay? I've seen video of these splinters going to the subway train, scaring the passenger off the train. For real. And I work MK with
like capybara, like capybaras.
Yeah, they got rats the size. They got rats the size of Volkswagens in New York, boy.
They really are. Patrice, you ever been there to New York?
Black man, correction. It's splinters. They're not rats. They're splinters.
I've been there one time. I went down to where 9/11 because I actually went there for a job interview. The corporate office was there, and then I said I want to see, the place where 9/11, where the Twin Towers once stood. So I went down there, and I wanted to ride the subway so bad, but I was afraid because I'm from Chicago and I'm used to riding the subway, but I heard so much bad stuff about New York subways. I was just scared to go down there and do it by myself. Now, if I'd have been with someone else, I would have got that experience, but I was like, oh no, I ain't going down there.
You missed out on you missed out, Patrice, on an experience. Look, I love New York. I love it. Love New York City. Okay. Every time I go there to visit my sister, we go all over the place. That place is pure chaos 24/7.
What I saw, insanity. The streets are so narrow, the buildings are so close together. I felt like I was claustrophobic. I was
everyone lives on top of each other.
I can't. I don't see how they do it.
Everyone lives on top of each other, man. It's crazy.
And I'm gonna say this, guys, before we close out, because this is important. The Ukraine. Yesterday they had the what's the guy's name? The Vela. He's over the military. What's his name? Damn it. It's he's a chief something. I forgot his name. Anyway, he did a video yesterday.
You mean the chief of staff?
Yeah, I think so. But he did. I'm gonna show you the video on my camera here. I'm gonna show it to you on my phone because I'm not able to pull it up on my thing. But I'm gonna let y'all hear this before we leave. Listen to this shit. This is what he said yesterday about the war.
We don't want war, But if you want war with the United States of America, there's one thing I can promise you, so help me God. Someone else will raise your sons and daughters.
Yes, sir. He means he means that shit.
Is his name McConville? McConville or something?
I'm trying to see because his name.
Why he sound like George Bush?
His name tag is covered up because he got something over his name tag, so I can't. It starts with a V. I can't see what his name tag is though. He said that yesterday. He said,
up. I saw a name for the General James C. Conville. He's been the chief of staff of the Army. If that's the same guy.
No, it's I see it. It's Bellavia, Bavaria, or something like Bellavia or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So, dude, yeah, he said if we don't want to, but if we have to, somebody else is gonna be raising your kids.
I mean, seriously. I mean, we just came off a fresh ass whooping too.
You like that, huh, Jamal?
Yeah.
And Jamal, check it out. America just came off a fresh ass whooping too. We just got our asses whooped over in Afghanistan. Ready to go back to
slap somebody upside the
head. America's right off of a fresh ass whooping too. What?
And the government, and the government gave a multi-billion-dollar aid bill to the Middle East.
Yep,
man. Well, listen, guys.
And Black David, you see how they treating
them Nigerians,
the Nigerians and the Africans over there in the Ukraine.
Yep.
You see how they treating them.
Damn, you niggas got the nerve to act like you're better than us. See,
Please.
you just niggas. That's all you are, just like me. Okay.
Let me play this. Let me explain this.
He went there.
Let me explain this case here. This has been going on for 30 years. A lot of Nigerians, besides Nigeria, a lot of African, when they go into college, besides coming to the U.S., they go to the European nation for a higher level of their education. Now, they what the tricks that have been going on. They've been doing it for a while. Some stay there for like 10 years. After 10 years, so they get their skills. They come back to their country, utilize the skill they acquire to update the system we have in our country. The problem with my country is the government too damn corrupted. It's like useless. So these Nigerian students forget Nigeria and go to other countries to help them out. For example, Ghana. That's where the problem comes in. We have too many highly educated people in our country, and they don't want to utilize it. They don't. You know that in the U.S., we got a lot of great Nigerian doctors who do great advancement in the medical field, which is ridiculous. But they don't go back, and that's the reason why they don't want to go back.
Well, I see a video. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna be done. I seen a video yesterday of a black Nigerian woman getting on. She snuck on the train. I don't know if y'all saw this video. She snuck on the train, and they missed her. And he turned around, seen all them white faces, seen that dark skin. He grabbed her from the back, and her and her baby in her arms. He ripped her like this and threw her ass head first off that damn train.
What?
Yes, ma'am. I saw the video yesterday. Yes, ma'am.
That's like some pirate stuff, like walking the plank, basically.
And this is why we had this conversation on Tuesday night because of that.
And she was screaming. She was screaming to the top of her damn lungs. She said, "Please, please!" And he chunked her ass right out that door. Her and her baby.
But guess what, y'all? These are the people that we going to help.
Right.
People that we acting like we're good Americans and we're patriots, and we see people that look just like us getting fucked over, getting handled, but yet we're happy to help people like this.
Mm-hmm.
We're happy to take our tax dollars and help out Ukrainians that treat black people like this.
My Lord.
And the problem is that we got to come together as black.
Two African countries up to date disavow with Ukraine. Kenya was one of them. I forgot what other African country they called them out. They said, if you treat our black people like that, don't ever call us out to come and help you guys. So two known African countries spoke against that already.
But they don't need Africa's help when America's going to go help them.
Right.
And once again, we as black Americans are right there doing our shucking, jiving and soft shoeing, acting like we patriots, but we seeing people that look just like us getting fucked over, and we're going to send our troops over there. Most of them probably going to be black to go fight in the war against these people that are fucking over black people. And then we want to know what Black Man was showing us earlier. How is that going to stop happening? It ain't, because we are pussies.
Hey, Black Man, real quick.
Real quick, I gotta go, but I appreciate you guys'
I'm about to
conversation,
shut it
man.
down. Yeah, I'm about to shut it down, bro.
I'm just say real quick, Black Man, I appreciate this. It's a great stream. B9, I appreciate your passion and your intelligence. Jamal, nice to meet you, man. Canadian, born Nigerian. Shout out to you, brother. Captain Phillips. OG Patrice, much love to you. Man Gerald, little stocky ass Ninja Turtle. Shout out to you. Much love.
This is Black excellence you're looking at here, okay? Okay, my Latin brother.
He left. All right, man. But thank you guys. If you're just coming in, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. We're on the road to 1,000, so we can bring you more great content. Please keep coming back. And we'll see you guys on Friday, tomorrow night, for Barbershop Talk at 8:30 Central Standard Time, man. We're gonna chop it up on Saturday. The ladies will be back for 12:30 Central Standard Time for the ladies. But on Tuesday, man, y'all need to be here Tuesday for Talk That Talk. We're talking about polygamy on Tuesday.
And you guys, it's an update.
Yeah,
we're hoping that I can do the live feed of the Tech Talk on Saturday, which I'm going to try what kind of schedule we're going about it.
Yeah,
I'm going to have it every weekend. So, besides Black Men Unfiltered, I want to educate our people.
Yeah, the laws are changing for polygamy in several states. They're changing laws to have those laws changed for people to marry more than one person.
What time is that on Tuesday?
8:30 Central Standard Time, my brother.
Central. Okay, got it.
What?
Yeah, I would love to have you on, Jamal.
Repeat that for Black David.
They're working on laws to change it for people to have the freedom. And let me tell you what community started this. The LGBTQAI plus community said that you should be able to love who you love, and if your love spreads across more than one person, it should be okay. These people are that community is very powerful. And so when they say something, it goes. So they're saying polygamy should be legal, and there are several states working for polygamy to be legal.
But here's the problem. The moment they do that, these Mormon folk will go. But here it is. Mormon have been doing the polygamy for a long time undercover. The moment they legalize the thing, it will go haywire. Let's be real. They arrested two cult-like leaders who were doing that thing in their own state. When you have police officer, lawyer, judge partaking that, they were marrying off kids at 12 years old.
Yep.
So the P word is a big deal with me.
Oh, Vaughn, they did add more letters. They're going to add 2 more letters that you're not going to like in about 6 months. LGBTQAI plus community now. They have the P will be here in 6 months.
And AI stand for what?
And then the IN will be here as well, because now
what is the IN?
Yeah, what's with the rest of the shit?
Incest.
Incest.
So you guys are unfamiliar with this? I need to have a show about this.
No, I know what you're talking about already when you said that. I know.
There are brothers and sisters right now that are dating, engaged, and to be married. Right now, blood brothers and sisters, born in the same house, same mama, same daddy.
I'm not going to say it.
They're part of their community as well.
And this is okay. Well,
Game of Thrones.
Listen. Okay.
Hey, we'll talk about it on another show. It'll be another show. Okay, it'll be another show. It'll be another show. We'll talk about it. We'll tackle it. We'll tackle it. Vaughn said, "Damn, did they add more letters?" Yes.
Yes, they did. Evidently so. And Vaughn, you're a good God-fearing Christian. How about this? They're adding incest to the whole LGBT and the trans whatevers. You know, what do you think of that as a Christian man?
Okay. He said he's not going for the. He said he's not going for the banana in the tailpipe.
I'm not either. But what do you think about these brothers and sisters doing it?
But it's getting to a point now, y'all, for real, where the only way a black man is going to get rights, and I'm never going to get rights this way, because I know that's where they're taking it. But if you want rights as a black man in 2022, you're going to either have to put on some high heels, or you're going to have to dress up as Clifford the Red Dog.
No, I guess I'll never have none of that.
Because only the LGBT and PETA getting all the rights. So unless you show up dressed as an animal or a part of that LGBT community, you have no rights as a heterosexual black man in America.
I'll make do.
I'm sorry. Just
What,
seeing that right now.
what's
I'm
the
about to
guy's
go
name that was
full
over
blown
the Black?
African mode 24/7 right
What was the
now.
guy's
Just
name that
seeing
was
that
over the
BS.
Black Panther movement, guys? What was his name? It escaped me.
Who? Huey P. Newton?
Hampton.
Hampton. There you go. There was what I was looking for. Watch this. I'm gonna show y'all something, and then we're gonna be out.
OG Patrice, do you have any children?
I have one grown son.
Okay. What do you tell him?
About what?
The world.
Any of this shit. I mean, pardon my language, but this the gays and the trends, you know, that whole thing. I mean, like, and now incest. I mean, like how do you raise a kid in that environment? I mean, like this is crazy.
Well,
Like,
I will say this because you guys we have to be careful
Right.
because if you have certain jobs, you won't have them anymore,
Right.
right? And I will just say this: if I had to raise a child in this day and age, I would definitely homeschool my child or send them to private school.
ooh.
And you got to have the conversations with your children when they are at the age of accountability.
So you don't think
That's what I'll
homeschool?
say. That's what I'll
So
say
you,
about that.
gotcha. So
Mhm.
you don't think that homeschool, the child would suffer socially in some way?
No. I mean, they still can do other activities, but school is, some of these schools are putting certain laws, these type of laws into schools if you're not aware of it.
What laws? That it's okay to be gay?
Some of these schools, you need
Yes.
to look up certain laws that are being pushed in the school system in certain states like California, Texas,
Yep.
and
I'm
what
in
Texas?
they
Texas. I can tell you in Texas for sure.
what they're saying. I'm just saying without saying, do
Allow,
your
allow,
research on.
allow the former school teacher to speak on this. They have counselors that they hire as early as 3rd grade to allow you to feel comfortable coming out of the closet.
Yep.
A 3rd grader doesn't even know if they want to kiss anybody.
And that's what I was talking about a few weeks ago. They're pushing that thing to the New York City Board of Education, where they're having school. They have a drag queen to come to your son or daughter class to teach that BS. And I told my wife, the more they come to my son or my daughter class, hook smack, I'm knocking some head off their bodies.
But hold on, Black David, you have to understand how deep this goes. We know that these children are coming to school with no breakfast. We know that they are staying in shelters. We know that they are dealing with all types of conditions. There is no counselor for them. There is no mediation or no dealing with it for them.
Or
But
laws being passed for them.
the child that comes from a affluent background and that has the money to allow a 7 or 8 year old to transition into a gender change, they have these counselors in place for them to make sure that no matter how they are feeling, they are comfortable at all times. I have taught students that have gone back and forth and forth and back, and we now allow them
Take it down. 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 Stop it. Stop it.
This is what your school system and your
Take it
tax
down.
dollars are being used for today. It is not
B9. Are
writing
you
in
looking at the screen, B9?
It's about learning how to balance yourself in 4-inch stilettos and trimming your beard at the same time. This is what's going on in today's society, ladies and gentlemen.
And look at the back chat, what I just put in the back chat.
And if it's happening in the school system, you better believe it is the agenda
you're right.
pushed by the world, by your country, because we get our education mandates from high. A teacher does not come into the classroom and just decide what they're going to teach those students. They have the ability to teach it in their own style, but the curriculum is the curriculum. And if the curriculum is telling you that you have to include gender fluidity, if the curriculum says that little Tyrone now wants to use the same bathroom as LaQuisha, then there's nothing you can do to stop it. Nothing at all. And if something happens to LaQuisha and she gets touched, or now she will get blamed for bullying. Now she will be the actual aggressor versus being the victim, because she made this boy feel so uncomfortable while he was in the female bathroom that everything that he did was a reaction off of her making him feel uncomfortable. This is the world that you are living in now,
and
ladies.
B9. How is it? And that's the thing. I'm gonna add two things here. Car's car. I'm gonna say yours first, then I'm gonna end with B9. What add on to what B9 said.
And what B done talk about we spoke about it already.
Okay, so B9 Car's car said in the comments. Somebody said, "What's next?" I think Vaughn said, "What's next?" Bestiality. And Car's car is all over it, because I was just about to say it, and he took the words right out of my mouth. In Canada, it is a legal thing for you to marry your pet. You can marry your dog, you can marry your horse, you can have sexual relations with any animal you want in Canada. That is a law. You got your computers in front of you, Google it. The second thing is
comes out. When the metaverse really hits the thing, you're gonna be seeing people marrying their avatars.
Yep.
You gonna see people doing all, and I'm not laughing. It's a sick world out here, and they're not bringing in this technology just to help people. Just to say they act like they trying to help. Remember when they first came out with breast implants? They were only for cancer patients. They were only for women that had to have I can't even think of the word, mastectomy or whatever it's called. Help me out, OG.
Mammogram.
Yep, it's only for those who go through those things or whatever. And now look at where it's gone. If you are 12 years old or up, Dr. Miami will fix you right on up. So it ain't have nothing to do with really being a health factor or this or that. It's going to be used for vanity. You can't go to Carnival if you haven't had plastic surgery, because people hate their bodies so much that they have to go see Dr. Miami to get the six-pack abs put in, and the breast implants and the butt implants, so that they can wear dental floss at Carnival. They not feeling comfortable wearing those skimpy outfits with their own natural bodies. No. So this is the new way that things are going, and it's going to be just as normal as warming up oatmeal.
Yep. Well, guys, I'm gonna tell you something. You know what? How about this? How about we switch it up and add polygamy to the show Tuesday, but have this conversation. Have this conversation about this. But we got to be very careful. We got to tread lightly. But I'm saying to have this conversation, because it's one of those things that's in our community right now. Because right now schools are taking the
look at the back chat, man. Look at the back chat.
Yeah, I responded to you. They're gonna have to get over it with me.
Now look at that one. Look at that. What I just put in there.
Back here, but the problem with it is that OG is so intelligent, and she hit the nail on the head.
That's true.
You have to understand the industries that they run. They run Hollywood. They run the media. They run art. They run.
And I said that already. For 5 decades, they have been trying to destroy the black male image.
You have to play their game, and you have to bow down. And now you have made a new oppressor, because you want to be involved in the game. And to be involved in the game, you better shut the fuck up.
But I ain't gotta wear no dress and no stockings or do whatever the fuck that picture was.
But
I ain't gotta do that.
Right, hold on. That guy right there is Lakeith Stanfield.
I know
great
who he
actor,
is.
right? I can't. And so what he wore is something that he personally wore. He did a photo shoot for himself, and in that photo shoot, he decided that he wanted to wear a high skirt or high shorts with stockings. And that's just where we at right now.
I thought we were friends, Black Men Unfiltered. I thought we were friends. Why would you do it? Man, listen, stop. Take it down.
OG Patrice, what you think?
I cannot speak on that.
Yes, you can. You're a woman. Give us your
No, I cannot, because I will be shut down in the industry on that.
I just told y'all OG Patrice is
That's
smart,
why I'm
y'all.
writing. I'm writing in the back.
And this is why I said you need to get pimp slapped African style. This will not be tolerated.
So I will
kidding me?
Yeah.
I ain't trying to get jiggy with this.
And see, and that's why I retired as a school teacher, because and did my real estate and my crypto stuff full time, because I'm not bound to anybody. I can speak 100% freely of what's going on out here because I don't need anybody else. I am unplugged from the system, so I can speak freely of the system. Most people can't do that. And there's no disrespect to them. I respect what's my man? We ain't signing. He has constraints that he has to work within, and he's still nice enough to give us his voice. OG Patrice is still nice and gracious enough to give us her voice, but they are living by constraints, and because they get into the bag, they're not going to jeopardize that stuff, and I respect them for that, because once again, we live in a capitalist society, but that's why we have to network. That's why I'm willing to put myself on Front Street and be that voice and say the uncomfortable things that other people are too afraid or too PC to say, because it needs to be said, it needs to be put on Front Street, and it needs to be addressed. And long
And
as
this
we
is why
put
I
that
say what
shit
you say, Black
under the rug,
B9.
it's going to exactly Canadian born. As long as we keep putting that shit under the rug, the dust is never going to make it to the trash can. And that's where it belongs. The dirt, the dust, the muck belongs in the trash. So let's start sweeping that shit up and putting it where it belongs. And if you can't say it, come see B9. B9, if you saying the right shit and you can't say it, I will gladly be your voice and represent for you in that, because it needs to be said. It is not proof for Black Man Unfiltered to promote his channel the same way B9 promotes his channel. That's why B9 promotes his channel.
Thank you. And so, and guys, thank you again for the show today. Like I said again, it was great, man. Mandrell, thank you for being here. Make sure you guys are here for the barbershop on Friday. We're gonna get it in at 8:30 Central Standard Time. Also support the ladies on Saturday at 12:30 Central Standard Time. But I enjoyed the conversation today. It was amazing. OG Patrice, thank you for your intelligence and your diligence as you come in and give us a word. So thank you as well. Canadian born, thank you. The IT genius of 20 years, 20 plus years. Thank him for being here as well. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys for coming. As I give final words to you guys, I just want to say, if you're here for the first time, please, and thank you for being here, first of all, but please hit the subscribe button, man. I have a goal. This great content is going to continue to grow, and I have a goal to get to 1,000, then to 2,000, and 3. So my goals are increasing. But we got to get to the 1,000 first. So I want to thank you guys for being here. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button right now, because I know some of you just came in. Hit that like button. If you missed this, please go back and rewatch it. It was amazing. Every minute of it was amazing. We talked about a few things at the end, but the entire show was on the rails. So please go back and watch it for your education on what's happening with our Black people and the disappearance of our children. The deletion of our men and women, and there are no answers, there's no justice. And so look up these people, look up their stories, and thank you guys for being here. If you want to support the channel, please hit the subscribe button, like button, and also if you want to support, give a donation or give something to help out with the show, you can also go to Black Men Unfiltered on your Cash App, $ Black Men Unfiltered, and donate anything you would like. So again, thank you guys so much for being here. Until next time, peace.